Oh, where am I? Where am I? There I am. Howdy. Hippie. I no longer Eepy. So, that means we're ready to get back on track and continue from where we left off, which was chapter 3. Wait, that's not chapter 3! Oh, I just got kicked out. Okay. So yeah. I did do some skimming, and apparently this is where stuff goes down. Here comes the next target. Oh. Oh wait, I read this on stream. Hold on. Wait, no, they're all the same thing. Okay, we left off at chapter 4. I skimmed it. Yeah, Princess Layla died. Oops. Anyways, chapter 4. The Life of a Silkworm. Erel. I still don't know how to say his name. Full of bloodlust, Eruel jumps down from the tree and glares coldly at Pituka. What did you come here for? So, you're alive. I'm so glad. I'm asking you what you're here for, traitor. You abandoned me and left me for dead. And now you dare to come see me? What have you got to say for yourself? You're glad I'm alive? What a joke! I died and came back from the dead, so I can take revenge on this country. Galavan. Pituka's gaze falls on the painful-looking scars on Eruel's flesh, and his eyes fill with tears. Stop blubbering. You've still got tears to cry. All of mine dried up a long time ago. Overcome with regret, Pituka can't stop himself from sobbing. Just get lost. I've got nothing else to say to you. I'm sorry, Erel. I didn't have the courage and left you behind. I said, get lost! Eruel knocks an arrow and points it at Pituka, but Elmot steps in to block his line of fire. So, you're the guy who's after the king, huh? Sure had me falling for your lies last time. If you don't know anything, then don't go sticking your nose in other people's business. Right, I have to. With you wielding the power of the celestial spirit and all.
ってのはどういうことだ。処刑されたんじゃなかったのかよ。モンビクスの英雄様によ。
So, what's the deal with your coming back from the dead? Thought you were executed by the hero of Montpix. Eroel releases his arrow at Elmot, only to have it burnt to a crisp when it flies straight into Elmot's wall of fire. You trying to kill us?
Mana.
Well, yeah. Eroel drops to a crouch and puts his hands on the ground. The land begins to shake violently, whipping up a large cloud of dust. Elmot! Yeah, my pendant's reacting to it too. This proves that Eroel's the Earth Shaman who made a pact with the Celestial Earth Spirit. Oh. Sure enough, the dust settles to reveal the Celestial Earth Spirit, manifesting as an enormous silk moth. It's a bug. An Earth Shaman. I guess you could call me that. Why did the Celestial Earth Spirit become a silk moth? Come on, nothing to gape about. This is the true form of the spirit that guards Montpix. With a single wave of his arm, Eroel generates a cluster of jagged rocks and sends them hurtling towards Elmot and the others. He's using Stealth Rock. Before the rocks can reach their targets, the Celestial Wind Spirit whips up a gale that blasts away the projectiles. Celestial Wind Spirit. So, you're a wind shaman, huh? That's right. And I won't let you use the power of the Celestial Spirits to hurt anyone. What a cheeky and self-righteous thing to say. Everything about you and the Celestial Wind Spirits picture perfect. Unlike us. Sorry, but I'm not a righteous shaman like you. So no point trying to convince me. If you're gonna fight, let's fight to the death. The silk threads wrapped around the entirety of Omnia Forest begin to quiver once more, informing Eroel of yet another intruder. No time to spare on these guys. Gotta save it for the main show. I'm going to stop you. Right here and now. Are you now? Not if you're dead. The second storm of rocks hurtles towards Petra, but the wind shaman uses a powerful gust of wind as a shield that shatters them to pieces. However, rocks fall to reveal a single arrow hidden behind them that pierces through the wind towards Petra. Petra braces herself, and suddenly, a figure jumps in front of her. Are you stupid? You want to die that bad? I don't want to die. This really hurts. You know.
でも君を信じるって決めたんだ。
Still, I made a decision to trust you.
あの時信じてあげられなかった君を 今度こそ
I couldn't put my trust in you back then. But it's different this time.
だから言ってエウレル、君の思うままに。
So go, Eruel. Do what you truly want. Ituka loses consciousness and collapses onto the ground.
ピトゥーコ、ありがとな。お蚕様の面倒を見てくれて。
Thanks for looking after the silkworms.
俺を信じてくれて。
And for believing in me. Eruel shoots out a string that latches onto a withered branch, then kicks off the ground before disappearing into the trees. He's Spider-Man. Howdy, Crispy, how you doing? Oh, what should we do?
今は怪我人が最優先だ。団長さん、手を貸してくれ。ペトラ、応急処置はできるか？
We need to prioritize the injured. Captain, give me a hand. Petra, can you do first aid? Of course. The captain works with Elmo to lift up Pituka as Petra casts her healing magic. Feeling the movement, Pituka's eyes flutter open ever so slightly.
大丈夫ですよ。きっとそんなに慌てなくても。
Oh, I'm sure I'll be fine. Please, no need to panic.
大丈夫じゃねえだろ。すぐに医者に見てもらおうぜ。
Nothing about this is fine. We need to get you to a doctor as soon as we can. Oh, sister's sitting. Hey, cool. Hope you have fun. But yeah, if you need to go hang out, you don't have to stay here. Agreeing that immediate medical attention for Pituka will be necessary, the crew decides to return to Montbic's castle.
天正の精霊同士で傷つけ合うなんて、そんなの悲しすぎます。
Deep in the withering Omnia forest, Eruel uses his threads to swing from tree to tree. Memories resurface in his mind, triggered by his reunion with Pituka. There was a time when he was but a young boy, naive and unknowing of the future that awaited him.
もう大丈夫だからな。このまま大きくなって飛んでいけよ。
Oh wait, flashback filter. He'll be okay. Keep growing and you'll be flying in no time. A young Eruel crouches into the shadows of a large tree and opens the lid of a box. He gently strokes one of the silkworm cocoons sitting inside it. Just then, he notices an amber crystal nestled deep within the box. When he lifts the crystal up to the sun, it sparkles with a beautiful brilliance that captivates Eruel.
僕の宝物にしよっと。
This'll be my treasure.
あ、いたエウレル。
Eruel, there you are.
エウレル、あんたお蚕様を家から持ち出したでしょ。
Hey, you took the silkworms outside the house, didn't you?
お蚕様さ、もうそろそろ羽化するんだ。だから逃がしてやるんだよ。
The worms are gonna come out from their cocoon soon. I wanted to let them out so they can be free.
逃がしてどうするの？お蚕様は羽化したって自分で生きていけないんだよ。
What are they going to do after being let out? They won't be able to survive on their own even after growing wings, you know.
そんなのやってみなきゃわかんないだろ。
You don't know that. They might be able to, right?
わかってるんだもん。お蚕様はキーとか子孫のどちらかを残して死ぬ運命だって。
I know it for a fact. Silkworms either weave threads, or leave behind offspring before dying. That's their fate.
このまま逃がしてのたれ死んだら、そのお蚕様はエウレルのわがままで何も残せず死んじゃうんだよ。
If you let them go and they end up dying, they might not be able to leave behind anything. All because you were selfish and took them outside.
そっちの方がかわいそうじゃん。
That's even more unfortunate, wouldn't you say?
いつもおじいちゃんたちから口酸っぱく言われてんじゃん。
Grandpa and everyone else are always telling you the same thing.
先祖代々、私たちはお蚕様の命をいただいているんだから、お蚕様を大切にしなさいって。
For generations, your family's been given the task of caring for the silkworms and told to take care of them. Isn't that the same thing? Sniffling, Edowell reluctantly hands over the small box to Fran.
エウレル、偉い偉い。
Good boy.
気安く頭を撫でんじゃねえよ、お姉さんぶりやがって。
Hey, who said you could pat my head? Just 'cause you're a bit older than me?
私は6歳で卒業したからね。9歳までおねしょしてたエウレルより立派なお姉さんだもん。
I did graduate at 6 years old. You were still wetting your bed when you were 9. I'd say we're more than just a few years different.
9歳までおねしょ
What? He wet his bed when he was 9? When a boy crawls out from behind the tall grasses nearby, Edowell and Franz scream.
ああ、驚かせてごめん。そのバッタを追ってたらおねしょの話が聞こえて。
Why do you look no different? How long ago was this flashback? Oops, sorry. I was chasing a grasshopper when I overheard your conversation about bedwetting.
それはもういいだろ。
Forget about it, okay?
いや、恥ずかしながら僕も9歳までおねしょをしていたから親近感が湧いてね。
I don't like this conversation. Well, actually, it's embarrassing, but I was still wetting my bed at 9 years old too. So that's one thing we have in common.
これが俺とピトゥーカの初めての出会い。
That was my first time meeting Pituca. In all honesty, I probably should have called the cops.
当時はピトゥーカが王子だとは知らず、虫が好きなちょっと変わったやつだと思ってた。
At the time, I had no idea that Pituca was the prince. I just thought he was a funny little guy who liked bugs.
年の差なんて関係なく、3人で過ごす毎日は楽しかった。でも、それも長くは続かず。
It didn't bother us that we weren't the same age. The three of us spent time together day after day and had so much fun. But that didn't last long.
刃のもたらした勝利は福音である。モンビクス王国は今こそ生まれ変わるのだ。
Oh, the victory Galavan has brought us is a blessing. With this, the Montbix kingdom will be reborn.
No, Kingdom of
この仕
Moonbix.
掛けた小競り合いに、ギャリバン率いる部隊が圧倒的な力で勝利した。
A neighboring country had challenged Montbix, but the army led by Galavan crushed the foe immediately.
自分たちは強い。自分たちは勝てる。もはや駆け引きなど必要ない。
We were strong. We could win. We didn't need to bargain with other nations anymore.
そんな雰囲気が国中を支配した。国を強く、新しくするため、いくつもの王命が下された。
And that was what everyone in the kingdom thought. And in order to continue strengthening the country, the king issued multiple decrees.
新しき国にしがらみを残さぬよう、古臭い伝統などすべて不要。
A new nation does not need to be tied by past obligations. Let old traditions be cast away.
キートが特産ののどかな国などではない。モンビクス王国は強く、新しく、活気ある国となるのだ。
We are no longer a docile country, known only for our silk thread production. Montpix will become a lively and advanced nation, with much more to offer.
オムニアの森に住む者たちは先祖代々続いてきた養蚕の全面的な廃業を迫られた。
Families in the forest that have been involved with silkworm cultivation for generations suddenly found themselves unable to continue their businesses.
じいちゃんも父さんも母さんも伝統と歴史を絶やさぬよう王に必死に進言した。
Grandpa, Mom, and Dad desperately appealed to the king, pleading with him to not throw away our customs and history.
だが王命は変わらない。
But the royal decrees did not change.
突っぱねられた挙句反逆罪で3人は処刑されちまった。だいたい10年前のことだ。
And at the end of a long fight against the new decrees, all 3 of my family members were sentenced to death. 10 years ago.
残された俺は両親の死を悲しむ暇もなく騎士団の予科連へ徴兵されて。
Man, this country sucks. I thought Cedric's country was bad. Well, no, it was mostly Cedric that was the problem. I was the only one left. But I didn't have time to grieve the loss of my family. I was promptly conscripted to be a cadet at the Knight Academy.
体痛え。教官の野郎、体罰が過ぎるぜ。
My whole body is sore. What kind of instructor goes this tough on trainees?
また悪さでもしたんでしょう。怒られてもしょうがないじゃん。
Bet you did something bad again. That's why you got mad at you.
だったら口で言えよ。すぐに体罰とか脳筋すぎんだろ。
Yeah, but hasn't he ever thought about using his words to discipline? All that muscle brain knows is his fists.
で、配属先決まったの？
Anyway, do you know where you're going to be assigned to?
いや、まだ。
Not yet.
戦地に行かずに済んだらいいね。
It'd be nice if we didn't have to go into battle.
いつかまた自由に暮らせるようになったらオムニアの森に帰ろうな。
Once we're free and everything's peaceful again, let's return to Omnia Forest.
絶対約束。
Yeah, let's do that. It's a promise.
で、話は変わるんだけど、昨日さ、すっごい懐かしい人に会ったの。
Speaking of which, you wouldn't believe who I saw yesterday. It had been so long. The dining hall's doorbell sounds, prompting Fran to stand up from her seat and wave at the newly arrived guest.
こっちこっち。
Over here!
ああ、よかった。遅くなったからもういないかと。
Oh, good. Glad I wasn't too late to catch you.
ピトゥーか。森で会えなくなって以来か。今までどこで何してたんだよ。
Pituka? I haven't seen you since we hung out in the forest. Where have you been? What have you been up to?
いや、いろいろとね。国に合わせて忙しくなっちゃって。
A bunch of stuff, I guess. With all the things going on in Montpix.
それにしても、相変わらず元気そうでほっとしたよ。
In any case, I'm relieved to see the two of you doing well.
元気ってか、戦うために鍛えられてるだけだ。で、ピトゥーカは何やってんの？
Doing well, huh? We're just getting whipped into shape so they can throw us in a battle. What are you doing anyway?
裏方作業みたいな感じかな。
I guess you could say I'm helping with preparations.
そっか、よかったな。騎士になれって言われても、ピトゥーカには向いてないもんな。
Okay, that's good. I doubt they'd be able to whip you into anything close to a knight, even if they tried.
俺が予科連を卒業したら、また3人で遊ぼうぜ。
After I graduate from the academy, let's hang out again. All 3 of us.
秘密基地に弓矢やらなんやら猟に使えそうなもんをこっそり隠しといたからさ。
I made sure to stock up on bows and arrows in our hideout, so we can use those for hunting and stuff.
その後、俺たちは昔話に花を咲かせ、久しぶりに大笑いをした。
We spent some time reminiscing about the good times we had in the past. I hadn't laughed like that in so long.
国は変わる。それは仕方のないことだ。森を追われた生活にもいつしか慣れていった。
Country was changing, and there was nothing we could do about it. Before we knew it, what was once different became the norm.
そうして俺は予科練を卒業し、モンビクス騎士団に入団した。
And finally, I graduated and joined the Montbix Knights.
新米騎士団員になった俺に待っていたのは、訓練と称したリンチの毎日だった。
What awaited me as a knight, fresh out of training, was violence disguised as discipline.
貴様ら、整列!
Line up, all of you!
よろしくお願いします!
Yes, sir! All of the newly assigned knights form a line and kneel in front of their commanding officer.
おい、エウレル。上官に対する敬意が足らんぞ。
Can we kill
ほら
him?
ほら、つかったけい!
I think that would be really cute if he just died.
Very well. Your head's not low enough. What do you expect from your superior?
The commander beats him, but Etowell keeps his kneeling stance, mustering all his strength to prevent himself from falling.
ブーツが汚れてるぞ。騎士たる者、身だしなみに気をつけよ。ほら、しっかり磨かんか。
What's this? Your boots are dirty. Personal appearance is important for a knight, you know. Now polish them until your hands can't move anymore.
今思い出しても腹が立つ。まあ、しっかりと仕返しはしてやったけどな。
I can feel the rage seething inside me as I think back on it. I did make him pay for what he did, though.
今日は団内での個々の仕事を言い渡す。
All right. Here's your individual task for the day.
エウレル、貴様の仕事は団内の秩序の監視だ。
Ariel. He'll be monitoring the group today.
命令違反、敵前逃亡、背任行為。何か見聞きしたら俺にチクれ。まあ、恨みを買いやすい仕事だが。
If anyone disobeys my orders, deserts their position, or does any kind of malpractice, make sure you catch it and report it back to me. Everyone's gonna hate you for it, but...
貴様には関係ないだろう。そもそも国にあだなした反逆者の息子だからな。
That shouldn't be an issue for you. You're from a family of traitors, after all.
クソ野郎が。
I am going to kill this fucking son of a bitch.
オートでの生活に馴染んでも、この思いだけは忘れられなかった。
I grew accustomed to life in the capital, but I'll never forget the emotions that continued building inside of me as I lived those days.
森を、伝統を奪われた恨み、そして家族を殺したモンビクス王国への憎しみだけは。
Resentment, for having my heritage and home taken away, and hatred towards Montbix for murdering my family. Oh, what?
ピトゥーカさんを早くお医者さんに。
貴様ら、全員揃ったな。
Everyone here?
Yes, sir. Etowell continues toiling through his days as a knight, when one day, the commander gathers them for a talk, his tone cautious.
ああ、実はだな。モンビクス騎士団の副団長であるスティーブン殿が失踪した。
So, it appears the Vice Captain Stephen of the Montbix Knights has gone missing.
失踪？スティーブンが？口八丁で誰とでもうまくやるあのスティーブンが？
Gone missing? But Stephen always got along so well with everyone. Recently, the Montbix Knights have been on high alert due to increasing rumors of knights, merchants, and rogues abandoning the country and running away, Gee, I wonder why. With a promising future ahead of him, it seems unlikely that Stephen would choose to become a renegade himself. As such, Stephen's disappearance has been classified as a missing persons case.
我らはこれからスティーブン殿の捜索の任に当たる。
From here on, we will be in charge of looking into Sir Stephen's case.
ライラ姫のためにも必ずやスティーブン殿の行方を突き止めよ。
We must find his whereabouts, for the sake of Princess Layla.
Despite the commander's passionate speech, however, the knights remain unable to find any clues on Stephen's location. One night, Etowell and Fran are finally able to spend some tender time together for the first time in a while. Time together for the first time in a while. There's a lot of redundant sentences in this.
顔死んでる。ああ、久々に私に会えたのに嬉しくないわけ？
Your eyes are dead. Aren't you glad to see me at all?
嬉しいよ。そりゃ小躍りしたいぐらい嬉しいんだよ。
I am. I'm so glad to see you. I could do a little dance. Make a little love. Get down tonight.
でもさ、こっちら毎日毎日スティーブンの捜索で駆けずり回ってるもんだから。
We've been running around day after day trying to find out what happened to Stephen.
全身ボロボロ、疲れもピーク。てかむしろその状況でも会うってとこに愛情を感じてくんね？
My body can't take much more. I'm dead tired. I still visit you though, so can't you tell I'm still trying to be affectionate?
好きだから会いたかったんだよ。
I love you, okay? I missed you.
じゃあ許してあげる。
All right. I forgive you. Fran sits down next to Etowell. The two of them look up at the moon.
こうして見上げるお月様はあの頃と変わらないのに、森は随分と痩せ細っちゃったよね。
Gazing at the moon like this reminds me of when we did this back in the day. The forest has become quite withered, though.
昔じいちゃんが言ってたんだ。オムニアの森には天正の奴隷様がいるって。
Grandpa told me before that the celestial earth spirit lives in Omnia Forest.
あったね、そんな話も。私は絵本で読んだけど。
Oh yeah, I've heard that before too. I read it in a picture book.
今のオムニアの森には天正の奴隷様がもういないんじゃないかって思うんだ。
With the forest looking like this, I don't think the celestial earth spirit's here anymore.
でもそれなんでなんだろう。
Why do you think that's the case, though?
どういうことだ？
What do you mean?
だって人間が出て行ったなら自然の象徴である精霊様は逆に強くなりそうなものだけど。
The spirit's a symbol of nature. If people leave, shouldn't it get stronger instead?
それとも森を切り開いたりする力に精霊様が負けちゃったのかな。
Could it be that the celestial earth spirit lost to whatever powers making this forest wither?
そんなことあるかよ。きっとそうじゃなくて。
What kind of power would that be? I don't think so.
俺たちも森の一部で精霊様に必要だったんだよ。でも森を出て行ったから。
My theory is that we're part of the forest. Something that the spirit needs. That's why, if we leave it...
何それ、人間が自然の一部ってこと？今じゃ森を壊してるのに？
Are you saying that people are a part of nature? But we're literally destroying the forest.
それはそうだけど。でも、そんな風に感じるっていうか。
Yeah, I guess you're right. I just feel like we're connected somehow.
ほら、俺もこの森を離れてからなんか元気出なくなったし。
Not to mention, I feel like my energy level hasn't been like how it was before I left the forest.
それはしょうがないよ。騎士なんて柄じゃないじゃん。嫌なことやるのは骨が折れるよ。
Well, that's to be expected. You're not cut out to be a knight, so going through it every day is taking a toll on you.
フランも辛いよな。
It's taking a toll on you, too.
私はほら、持ち前の可愛さでうまくやってるから。
I'm fine. My inherent cuteness has its benefits.
また宿舎に差し入れ持ってくよ。エウレルをよろしくお願いします。
I'll bring some refreshments over to your dormitory again, and ask them to be nice to you.
母ちゃんかよ。
Are you my mom?
ちょっと、お姉さんぶってるって言うならまだしも母ちゃんって。
Hey, at least say big sister, will you? I'm not your mom.
なんだよ、マジで怒ったのか？悪かったよ、母ちゃんなんて言って。
What? Are you actually mad? Look, I'm sorry I called you my mom.
そんなことじゃなくって。あのさ、あそこの地面、なんかおかしくない？
That's not it. Look, doesn't the patch of ground over there look kind of weird to you?
なんだこれ、花の匂いか。でもなんか嗅いだことのねえ匂いだ。
It kind of smells like flowers? I've never come across this kind of smell before. Taking a closer look, Edowell notices that the dirt is soft, like it had been dug up not too long ago.
フラン、確か秘密基地にシャベルってあったよな。
Hey, Fran, we had our shovels in our hideout, right? The two of them fetch shovels and begin to dig into the ground. They scrape away a decent amount of dirt, until finally...
スティーブン副団長
Is that... Vice Captain Stephen? Beneath the earth is Stephen's corpse, his throat ruthlessly slit.
やっぱり失踪なんかじゃなかったんだ。
I knew it. He didn't run away.
そりゃそうだ。外交を任されてて、ライラ姫との結婚も決まってた。
I mean, of course. He acted as a diplomat for the country and was engaged to Princess Lila. Oh, I forgot the filter.
そんな人間が国を逃げ出すわけない。でも誰がこんなことを。
Someone like that wouldn't even think to leave the country. But who would do this to him?
フラン、俺は騎士団に一報を入れる。お前は？
Fran, I'll go report this to the knights. You...
ここで待ってるから、早く。
I'll wait here. Hurry, go.
分かった。すぐに戻るからな。
Okay, I'll be right back. Soon, Edowell returns with the Montbix knights in tow. However, Fran is nowhere to be seen.
フランのやつ、どこ行っちまったんだ？
Where did Fran go?
おい、エウレル。貴様はなぜこの遺体に気づいた？
Edowell, how did you find this corpse?
あ、はい。その、フランとここで会ってて。
Oh, I was meeting up with Fran here.
フラン？ああ、貴様と同じ出身の娘か。
Fran? Ah, the girl who grew up in the same place as you.
後でその娘からも事情を聞く。俺のところへ連れてこい。
I'll need to question the girl later as well. Make sure to bring her to me.
Yes, sir.
これ、まさか。
Wait a minute. Another knight prods the ground with his foot and realizes that the dirt... that the dirt in another spot also appears to be loose.
貴様ら、ここいら一帯を掘り返せ。
All of you, get digging. I want this whole area dug up.
Yes, sir. As the knights dig up the area, corpses are uncovered one after another.
騎士だけじゃありません。商人や町のゴルツキもいるようです。
It's not just knights. These are merchants and rogues from town.
ここ最近の失踪者と一致するな。
Those who've been reported missing recently.
国から逃げたっていうじゃあ失踪者はみんな殺されてここに埋められていたと
You mean all the people who were said to have run away? So they disappeared because they were killed, then buried here?
キャリバン団長
Oh, Captain Galavan.
王への報告で戻っていたところだ
I was
それよりも
just reporting the situation to the king.
Galavan stares fixedly at the corpse on the ground, his expression mournful.
現場の第一発見者
Who was it that first discovered this?
自分であります
That would be me, sir.
スティーブン殿の遺体を見つけた時他に何か気づかなかったか
Did you notice anything else when you found Stephen's corpse?
他にいや特に何も
Anything else? Not in particular.
本当に何も気づかなかったのか
Truly? Did you truly not see anything else?
No.
そうかならいい
I see. Very well then.
Galavan thinks to himself for a moment before clapping a hand on Edoel's shoulder.
後のことは君たちに任せるまずは丁重に葬ってやってくれ
I'll leave the rest to all of you. Bury them properly so they can be put to rest. Yes, sir. The truth about the disappearance spreads, and bards begin to sing of the tragedy of Stephen and Princess Layla. The inevitable fear of a cold-blooded murderer in the midst creeps in, haunting the people of Montpix. Several days later, Fran is still nowhere to be seen. Uneasy, Edoel desperately searches high and low for her.
くそどこに行っちまったんだよ
Damn it. Where the heck did you go, Fran?
まだ事件は解決してないしもしフランに何かあったら
The culprit for the murders hasn't been caught yet. What if Fran... His heart wrenches painfully at the thought of something happening to Fran. All of a sudden, Pituca appears and runs over to Edoel, looking as if he's about to cry.
エウレルフランが行方不明って本当
Edoel, is it true that Fran's missing?
そうなんだ早く見つけてやんないと大変なことになるかもしんね
Yeah, we've got to find her soon. Otherwise, who knows what'll happen to her.
分かった僕もできる限り協力するよ
Right. I'll do what I can to help.
まあフランを絶対に探し出すぞ
Thanks. Let's find Fran and bring her back. With Vituka's assistance, Edoel continues to search for Fran without stop. However, that night, Fran is found in Omnia Forest with her throat slit.
なわけあるかよなあフランはあんなにも元気に
No way. This can't be happening. Fran was... She was so full of energy.
元気に笑ってたじゃねえかそうだろピトゥカ
She was smiling and laughing just days ago. Right, Pituka?
なのになんだよなあフランおい返事しろよ
Why? Hey, Fran. Come on. Answer me.
お前そこで何してんだよ目覚ませよなあ
What are you doing just laying there? Open your eyes. Fran.
なんでだよなんでなんだよ
Why? happen? The two boys are in a daze until the other knights arrive on the scene upon being notified.
Yet another victim.
エウレル
Eruel. Everyone, scour the area for any clues. The Montbix Knights pour their efforts into searching for hints that could point them to the culprit. Little did they know that they would indeed find evidence in the small shed Eruel, Fran, and Pituca used to call their hideout.
エウレル、偉い偉い。
ピトゥーカ、覚悟を決めたんならしっかり前だけ見てろ。
さあ、シャキッと歩かんか、この殺人鬼が。
Oh, okay, good. We didn't miss anything.
Move it, you damn murderer!
俺はやってない。ねえ、なんで信じてくれないですか？
I didn't do it. Why wouldn't anyone believe me?
エウレル
近くにいて殺人鬼の正体も見抜けぬとは。
The murderer is this close, and yet you are blind to his actions. A fool you are indeed.
エウレルのことは金輪際忘れよ。奴をかばおうなどしてみろ。
Erase Eruel.
後ろから叩き出すからな。
Erase Eruel from your mind. If you try to defend him, I'll have you thrown out of this castle.
Frozen in place, Pituca stares helplessly as his friend is screaming while being dragged away. Eruel looks back at him with disbelief in his eyes.
ピトゥーカ。おい、どういうことだよ。
Pituca? What's all this?
お前、この国の王子だったのか。なあ、俺がこの国を恨んでるの知ってたよな。
You were the prince all along? You knew I hated this country, didn't you?
俺の話をお前はどんな気持ちで聞いてたんだ。バカにしてたのか、笑ってたのか。
What were you thinking when I told you everything? Did you think I was stupid? Were you laughing at me inside?
お前が俺をはめたのか。
Were you the one who set me up?
違う、それはそんなことは。
No, I would never.
なあ、どういうことかって聞いてんだよ、ピトゥーカ。
And tell me, what's going on? Pituca! Overwhelmed by the situation, Pituca finds himself unable to listen anymore and departs from the scene.
スティーブンさんだけでなく、自分の幼馴染まで殺してしまうなんて。
I can't believe you not only murdered Stephen, but your own childhood friend.
あなたは獣よ。人の心なんてないんだわ。
You're nothing more than a heartless monster.
なあ、姫様よ。俺じゃないんだよ。話を聞いてくれよ。
Princess, it wasn't me. I swear. Please, you have to listen to me.
なんでだよ。フランが殺されたんだぞ。なんで俺が殺人犯になるんだよ。
Why? Fran was murdered. Why would that make me the murderer?
エウレ、君が無実であればすぐにでも解放する。
Eruel,
どうか落ち着いて話をしよう。
if you are truly innocent, we will release you immediately. Why don't you calm down so we can talk?
なんでこんなことに。
How did it get like this?
フランを愛してたんですよ。
I loved Fran.
君たちが幼馴染であり、オムニアの森から離れた後も彼女と親密だったことは聞いている。
I hear the two of you were friends since a young age, and kept close even after leaving the forest.
だがそれは彼女を殺していないという証明にはならない。
But that in and of itself doesn't prove that you're innocent.
姿勢にあふれる事件の中には地上のもつれが原因であるものも決して少なくない。
The streets are full of unfortunate incidents, where relationships too passionate have become the cause of death. That's what I drink.
ふざけんなよ。
God, you've got to be joking!
その他にモンビクス騎士団の皆からはいろいろな話を聞いている。
I've also heard quite a lot from your peers in the Montbix Kingdom. Knighthood! Galavan tells of what he heard about the bullying and prejudice Erowell suffered at the academy because of his parents.
恨むに決まってるでしょ。俺の家族をこの国に殺されたんですから。
It's only natural that I'd harbor resentment. Your family was killed by this kingdom.
俺から家族を奪って居場所を奪って誇りを奪って、そりゃ憎いですよ。心の底から。
This nation has taken away my family, my place of belonging, my pride. I was left with nothing but hatred from the bottom of my heart.
でもだからってなんで俺がフランを。
That doesn't mean I'd kill Fran.
俺はやってない。だから俺をここから出せ。
I didn't do anything to her, so let me out.
俺が本当の犯人を捕まえる。捕まえてぶっ殺してやる。
I'll find the real culprit. I'll catch him and rip him to shreds. Despite Erowell's outbursts, Galavan doesn't even blink an eye.
お兄ちゃん
Brother.
若者の未来を奪うのはどうにも胸が痛い。
My heart pains to take away the future of someone so young.
でも必要だししょうがないよ。この国に対して良くない感情も持ってるみたいだし。
But you can't help it. It needs to be done. He's harboring feelings that aren't good for the country, after all.
私がこの国を守らねばならん。そう、正義の名のもとに。
I must protect this kingdom and uphold justice.
なんだよ。ごちゃごちゃごちゃごちゃ。
What are you blabbering on about? And Galavan takes out a knife from his pocket. Erowell frowns.
それは
That's
俺の。
That's my...
君たちの思いが詰まったあの小屋で見つかった。で、ここからが興味深いんだが。
Howdy, Raptor. How you doing? How you been? Welcome in. This was found in a little shed that once belonged to you and your friends. And here's what's interesting.
これまで見つかった多くの遺体は残念ながら腐敗が進んでおり、傷跡が半然としない。
Many of the bodies found had unfortunately decomposed too much, making it hard for us to examine any words.
だが、まだ新しい遺体。
But there are two bodies that are relatively fresh.
スティーブン殿とフランに残された傷跡がこのナイフによるものと断定された。
You know, thanks for getting the reference. The wounds left on Stephen and Fran were determined to be the products of this knife.
嘘だ。それは猟で取った獣を裁くためのもので。
You're lying. That knife's for dressing the animals we hunted.
オムニアの森に住んでいた者でもあの小屋の存在を知らない者も多い。
A lot of people living in the forest were unaware of the shed.
それは君たちが秘密基地としてあえて見つかりにくい場所に作ったものだからだろう。
That's because you and your friends built it in a place that's hard to find so you could make it your secret hideout.
にもかかわらず小屋でそのナイフが見つかった。それがどういうことかわかるか？
And it was in this well-hidden shed that we found this knife. What are the odds?
俺がやったって言いたいんですか？
Are you trying to say that I did it? Galavan pauses, his expression full of sorrow, before leaning in to whisper.
君が白状しなくとも、正義の名のもとに、君は裁きを受ける。
Even if you fail to confess, justice will prevail, and you will undergo judgment.
このままでは君は大罪人として、民衆の前で処刑されるだろう。
There's no...
しかしながら私はそれを望まない。
There's no doubt that you will be branded a criminal and executed in front of the people. However, I do not wish that for you.
もし君が罪を認めるのならば、私が陛下に嘆願し、私の名のもとに君を赦免しよ
う。If you admit to your crimes, I will appeal to the king and beg for a pardon under my own name.
一時的とはいえ、君が自由に動けるようになるには、もうこの方法しかないんだ。
This will allow you freedom for a while, albeit briefly. There is no other way.
急に何なんだよ。
What are you suggesting out of the blue?
取引だよ。あのナイフは証拠ではあるが、未だ真実は見えない。
I'm offering you a deal. We have the knife as evidence, but the truth remains shrouded.
私は全ての疑念を晴らして、事件を解決としたいんだが、立場上、そうも言っていられなくてね。
As much as I'd like to clear the misgivings surrounding this case, my position does not allow me to.
騎士団の団長といえども、何から何まで自由が利くわけではないんだ。
Being the knight captain doesn't allow me to move as freely as I'd like for everything.
私も民の期待には逆らえない。彼らは真実よりも早期解決を望んでいるんだよ。
I cannot betray the hopes of the people. They wish for a swift resolution rather than the truth.
実に卑しく、愚かな性質だとは思うが。
A rather crude and foolish way of thinking, if you ask me.
私は真実を知りたい。だからこそ共に協力し、真犯人を見つけ出そうじゃないか。
However, I myself wish to know the truth. So why don't we work together to find the real culprit?
もし俺が真犯人だったら、ギャリバン団長はただの間抜けになり下がりますよ。
But if I'm really the culprit, he'll fall from grace and become a laughingstock.
私は君を信じている。
I believe in you.
わかりました。フランを殺した真犯人を突き止めるためですから。
All right. I'll pin down the criminal. For Fran's sake.
ありがとう。君は実に賢い選択をしたよ。
Thank you. A most wise choice. And so, Eteril does as promised, and takes on the blame for a crime he did not commit. Several days later, what arrives is not a word of pardon, but news of his coming execution.
天正の精霊同士で傷つけ合うなんて、そんなの悲しすぎます。
Oh wait, can I... Oh, whoops. I don't think I can read this.
この目で見るまではと思っていたが、本当に蘇っていたのか。
Hold up, avert your eyes! I have to finish this chapter before I can read that one segment. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna run an ad break. Since there's an upcoming one. Okay. But yeah, I like where the story is going. Just goes, who would have figured getting sleep is actually good for you? This game is corrupted. Yeah, who would have thought?
敵国が火を放つ。ありふれた悲劇だ。胸くそ悪いがな。
Right? This kingdom sure does reek. It would be a real shame if it also burned. I will be the one to burn it. A little arson goes a long way. A lot. Oh, that came out. Oh, right. Yeah, that did come out recently. What is it with all these movies, like, coming out and I just never know about them? You know, maybe if I got advertisements for them on YouTube instead of the fucking stupid-ass AI covers shit, I'd actually know what's going on. But yeah, glad you enjoyed it. That definitely does look like a good series to watch. Fucking hell, man. Kong with bird wings for some reason. I get it, because he's a flying monkey. They're secretly hinting to the Wizard of Oz dimension in the Godzilla x Kong universe. Oh yeah, that means the Tin Man is going to be like a giant mecha. So the Straw Man is going to be like a giant tree monster. The lion is, well, self-explanatory. Is going to be like a big lion. Yep. So, yeah, Mechagodzilla and Mecha Kong. Ooh, crab legs, shrimp, and potatoes. Oh, that sounds super delicious. Crab legs are hella expensive, so enjoy, Crispy. I salute you. Savor that flavor. Crab legs dipped in like butter sauce. Oh, man, if only crab legs weren't like $80 per leg. It's like I could have a leg in one hand and a brerb in the other. Chapter 5, The Beloved Bonnie. No, not Bunny Dumpling. That's a different beloved Bonnie. Your execution will be tomorrow. Think about what you want to have for your last meal. Can I have the endless chicken wings? Technically, you can't execute me until I finish my last meal. And if my last meal is endless chicken wings, then I've unlocked the secret to immortality. What's going on here? This isn't what we agreed on! I thought you said you believed in me! Since food is the last meal. Ah, yes, lifetime supply. Right, like, are those actually real prizes that people gave out? I highly doubt it was a lifetime supply. I had no other choice but to use this falsehood to bury the illogical evils we've been burdened with. Crimes committed by an orphan harboring resentment towards his country. It's a suitable explanation that can satisfy the people. Your cooperation is appreciated. Bro, they're just trying to cover their tracks, man. You've gotta be kidding. kidding me? Let me out! Galavan! But the captain's footsteps fade into the distance. Edoel's gaze falls on the shackles on his wrists. No way am I letting this happen. I'm not gonna sit here and let myself get executed.
エウレルが脱走しやがった。モンビクス騎士団の名を汚したキャツを必ずや見つけ出せ。
Elwell's escaped. We must find the scoundrel and carry out proper punishment to clear the knighthood's name.
歯向かうならばその場で切り捨てても構わん。どちらにしろ奴は死罪だ。
If he resists, kill him on the spot. The boy's sentenced to death regardless.
Now that a branded criminal has escaped, the castle is in an uproar. Edoel stays hidden and watches as his pursuers rush out of the castle. Once they are gone, he makes a run for the exit. They rush out of the castle instead of searching inside it first.
Catch that murderer!
Not this way either. What about the back door? But when Edoel jumps out from his hiding place in the shadows, he's startled by a nearby figure who calls out his name in equal surprise. Edoel? Pituka? Sorry. I don't have time to entertain the prince right now. Did you really kill Fran? I heard you admitted to the crimes. Why, Edoel? Why did you kill Fran? So you think I can... So... You think I could actually murder Fran? Oh. Having heard Pituka's shouting, several knights begin to close in.
We found Edoel!
Is that your plan? You lot of real scum. Shooting Pituka one last look of pure hatred, Edoel leaps out of a nearby window and disappears into the darkness. Where to now? Where should I go? Edoel has lost his family, his first love, and even his friend. He realizes that there's no longer any place for him in the entire kingdom of Wantix. If that's the case, the only thing that's left is to venture through Omnia Forest. He's like what law attorneys think. Even then... Not a lot of attorneys are what I would call an ace in the hole. Using animal trails familiar to him, Edoel runs through the forest as fast as he can. Just as he is about to reach the kingdom's border, suddenly finds Galavan standing in his path. How did you get here? I can read your movements like the back of my own hand. Damn it. What do I do? Think, Edoel, think! But as he is racking his mind for a breakthrough, Galavan quietly draws his sword. I thought you would try and escape. That's why I was waiting for you here, so I can finish you off once and for all.
全てはモンビクスのため。そう、正義の名のもとに。
Yes. This is all for Montpix. For justice. It only takes a second. In one swift motion, Galavan plunges his blade into Erwel's chest. Forgive me. Galavan turns to leave, but not before Erwel whispers hoarsely. Wait. That smell. You... Without waiting for the boy to finish his words, Galavan swings his sword, cutting through Erwel's body. Farewell, Erwel the murderer. As memories of the false accusations from 4 years ago are running through Erwel's mind, the captain and company carry the injured Pituka and make their way out of Omnia Forest. Pituka, hang in there. We're almost at the capital.
ありがとうございます。でも、ペトラさんの治癒術のおかげで、だいぶ楽になったというか。
Thank you, Petra. It's much better already, thanks to your healing magic.
耳元であまり大声を出されると、ちょっと傷に響くというか。
Though I have to say, your shouts are quite close to my ear, and they're causing my wounds to sting a bit.
さっきまで死にそうな顔してたくせによ。
You look like you were practically dying just a minute ago.
だがまだ油断はできねえ。ペトラ、意識を失わないように声をかけ続けてやんな。
Glad to hear it's getting better. Stay alert. Petra, keep talking to him so he doesn't lose consciousness. Okay. As he is being carried, Pituka murmurs an apology.
申し訳ありません。こんなご迷惑をおかけしてしまって。
I'm truly sorry for causing so much trouble.
あ
あ？
それに何より、エウレルを捕まえられるチャンスを邪魔してしまって。
Not to mention, I got in the way of an opportunity to capture Erwel.
それを謝るんなら俺たちじゃなくて、命を狙われてるお前の親父さんにだろうが。
Good. If you're gonna apologize, make sure you do that to your father, not us. He's the one in danger.
そうですね。
Yes, you're right. Pituka's face is filled with a mixture of worry and regret.
4年前、僕はエウレルのことを信じることができませんでした。
4 years ago, I couldn't bring myself to believe Erwel.
だから今度は二度と後悔したくないと思って。
That's why I wanted to make sure I wouldn't regret it again. I get it now. His name is Erwel because he uses a bow and arrows.
不器用なやつだな、お前。
Not easy being honest with yourself.
大丈夫ですよ、ピトゥーカさん。エウレルさんは必ず私たちが止めます。
Which is great because I've been struggling to pronounce his name this whole time. Great. So I made a pun to make it easier. It's all right, Pituka. We'll definitely put a stop to Erwel.
精霊を使って人を傷つけるのは私が絶対に許しません。
I can't forgive anyone who uses the celestial spirits to hurt others.
エウレルさんには少し痛い思いをしてもらってでも思いとどまってもらいます。
I'll have him reflect on his actions, even if it means teaching him a lesson first.
そのように意気込むと、貴様はカルラそっくりだな。
You're exactly like Carla when you get that determined.
お母さんに？
Huh? My mother?
それより話がある。この国を覆う黒い霧についてだ。
But before that, I need to talk to you about the black mist that's enveloping the kingdom.
Manifesting without warning, the celestial wind spirit begins to explain its thoughts.
結論から言おう。エウレルなる小僧は違う。
Let me cut straight to the point. It's not the child named Edowell.
違うって何がですか？
It's not? What's not?
もう少し丁寧に話してもらえませんかね。天正の風霊さんよ。
Hey, wind spirit. Think you could talk less cryptically?
その願い聞き入れよう。
Very well. I shall comply.
この国を覆う黒い霧が村を襲ったものより薄いことは話したな。
Spooky Mothman no equal black mist. Remember what I said about the black mist being weaker than what attacked the village?
はい。だからこの国にはまだ影響はないかもって。
Yes. You said that's why the mist hadn't had any effect on the kingdom yet.
そうだ。そして何故に薄いのか、我はその理由を探し突き止めた。
Correct. From there, I've determined the reason for why it is weaker.
この国の黒い霧には核がある。
The black mist has something that acts as its core.
村を襲った時のようにまんべんなく広がるのではなく、核が黒い霧を振りまいているのだ。
Think about how it took over the village. Instead of a full-on attack, the mist slowly crept through it.
それは黒いモヤモヤを出している人がどこかにいるってことですか？
Do you mean that someone somewhere is spreading the dark mist?
その場では見えん。
Oh no, it's
人
Yu-Gi-Oh's
の目
Exel.
に映るようになるのは霧が周囲に馴染んでからだ。
You won't be able to see it immediately. The mist is only visible once it's already integrated into the surroundings.
じゃあ違うってのは、エウレルはその核じゃねえってことか。
So what you meant was, Edowell's not the core.
そうだ。多少影響はあるようだったが、少々気分が高ぶる程度。
Exactly. He may have been influenced, but only as far as his mood.
核として取り憑かれた何者かがこの国にはいるはずだ。
Someone who's been completely consumed is acting as the core from somewhere within this kingdom.
取り憑かれたって、それじゃあまるで。
Completely consumed? Are you saying...
気づいていなかったのか。黒い霧には意識に近いものがある。
You haven't noticed? The black mist has something like a consciousness of its own.
黒い霧に襲われたこの国に村と同じく高位の精霊がいたのも決して偶然などではない。
It most certainly isn't a coincidence that the black mist occupying this country also involves a high-ranked celestial spirit, just like the incident with the village.
待ってください。黒い霧は精霊を狙って現れるってことですか？
Wait, does that mean the black mist is after celestial spirits?
それじゃあ今狙われるのは。
If that's true, then the target right now would be...
天正の奴隷と契約を結んでいるあのエウレルなる小僧かもしれんな。
The child who has a contract with the celestial earth spirit, Edowell.
そんな。
It can't be... The prince's breath catches up on hearing the revelation. Suddenly, Petra puts one hand on the ground.
今何か語りかけてくるような気配。
I feel something coming towards us fast. The next moment, several fully grown silk moths burst out from the ground. Ah,
なんだまた解雇が。
I like moths. They're cute. What the? Silk moths? It is apparent these silk moths have been created with the power of the celestial earth spirit, much like the silk worm inside the shrine earlier.
ねえ解雇さん、あなたたちは私に何を伝えたいの？
Silk moths? Is there something you want to tell me? And she gently touches a finger to a silk moth. An unfamiliar memory trickles into her mind, just like at the shrine. Far away, a streak of light, that of a comet, shoots into a large mansion. Flames envelop the house at an abnormal speed, quickly becoming unquenchable fire. Okay, it's Galavan. I read this already. Having fulfilled the role of delivering Petra the second memory, the silk moths dissolve into thin air. Even after Petra relays what she saw to the others, the crew is unsure what to make of it. I haven't got a clue.
彗星みてえな光ってのはもしかするとヒヤだったんじゃねえのか
The light that looked like a comet? Could it have been a flaming arrow?
ヒヤ。それじゃあ放火ってことですか?
A flaming arrow? As in someone set the fire to the house?
やたら火の回りが早かったってのも誰かがあらかじめ燃えやすいもんを周りに撒いてたのかもしれねえ
Someone might have poured something around the house in advance. That'd explain how the fast the flames spread.
なんというか、随分計画的ですね。
It'd be quite an elaborate scheme.
大規模な戦争こそ今までありませんでしたが
Although we've never had any large-scale wars against other nations,
周辺国との衝突それによる被害は昔からありました
we have had conflicts with several surrounding countries that caused some damage long ago.
もしかするとその光景はそういった事件の一つかもしれません
It's possible that the memory was from one of those incidents.
天正の奴隷がこの記憶をわざわざ届けてくれたんです。
There must be a
そこには必ず何か理由があるはず。
There must be a reason the celestial earth spirit went out of its way to show us that memory.
国家間の事件であるなら陛下や従者が詳しいはずです城に着いたら話を聞いてみましょう
If this is indeed an affair that involves another nation, then we'll need to ask His Majesty and his attendants, and look into it once we reach the castle.
それに黒い霧がエウレルが陛下を狙っているなら陛下の近くにいるのが一番いいはず
If the black mist is after Erewell, and Erewell is after His Majesty, then it would be best to be by the king's side.
ま、その前にまずはお前の治療だけどな
Well, getting you patched up comes first. Finally, the crew reaches the capital and passes through the looming gates of the castle.
ペトラさんの村を襲った黒い霧が
Okay.
キャリバンさんに
Yeah, I read this segment and I'm like, oh, okay, this is cool. I want to do this.
この目で見るまではと思っていたが本当に蘇っていたのか
I didn't want to believe it until I saw it with my own eyes. You're really back from the dead. Deep in the Omnia Forest, Galavan and Erewell face each other at long last. Erewell strokes one of the scars he received from Galavan, almost feeling a pang from the old wound again.
相変わらず腹立つぜあんた
As always. Seeing you makes me sick.
この刃にかけてきっちりと仕留めたはずなんだが
I was sure I put an end to you with this very blade.
棺桶まで用意してもらったのに悪かったな無駄にしちまったぜ
Sorry to break it to you. Seeing how you prepared a casket for me and everything.
そりゃなんでだって思うよな
I'm
俺
sure,
もそうだったよ
I'm sure you've got a ton of questions. I did too.
俺は多分生かされたんだ天正の奴隷に
I think I was brought back to life by the celestial earth spirit.
俺さあんたらに棺桶に詰め込まれて 空の底に放り投げられたんだろ？
You know how all of you stuffed me into a casket and threw me to the bottom of the skies?
悪夢を見てるみてえな。苦しい時間が永遠のように流れてたんだ。
It was a nightmare. That torturous time felt endless.
そしたら突然、辺りがパッとあったかい光に包まれてよ。
And suddenly, everything around me was lit up by a warm light.
ポケットの中に突っ込んでた俺の宝物が、黄色の結晶が光って、
The amber crystal I had in my pocket that I called my treasure. It started shining.
脳裏に響くってのか？言葉が聞こえたんだよ。
And then I heard a voice echoing in my mind. Oh, wait, double flashback.
O you who binds the people on the earth! The blessed land has grown frail, no longer able to receive my protection. Still, the lineage continues in you. Fierce one, I shall grant you the golden light so that you may bring life to the blessed land once more.
そしたら急に目の前に一本の生糸が垂れ下がってきたんだ。
Then, out of nowhere.
だから俺はそいつを。
Then, out of nowhere, a single silk thread hung down in front of me.
死ぬ気で掴んだ。
I desperately grabbed hold of it.
そうして気づいたら、俺はいつの間にかオムニアの森に行った。
Before I knew it, I found myself in Omnia Forest.
で、切り刻まれたはずの体もこの通り、生糸で縫合されてたってわけ。
And my body that had been cut apart was sewn together again with silk threads.
にわかには信じがたいな。
I'm finding the story hard to believe.
じゃあよく見とけよ。こいつがかつてモンビクスに五穀豊穣をもたらした。
Then watch closely as I call on the one who once blessed Montbix with abundant harvest.
天正の奴隷だ。
The celestial earth spirit. It's a bug. Clouds of dust rise from the ground to reveal the celestial earth spirit, manifested in the form of a gigantic silk moth.
岩の巨人ではなく、人に飼いならされた哀れな羽虫の姿だな。
Rather than a stone giant, you dare to try and intimidate me with nothing but a pitiful bug? A commoner's pet?
やはりモンビクスは自然すらも征服したのだ。その精霊の姿が何よりの証拠。
The spirit's appearance only proves that Montbix has overcome even nature itself.
いや違うね。これがお蚕様が俺たちと自然の付き合い方なんだ。
You're wrong. The great silkworm is our companion, granted to us by nature.
手なずけるなんての傲慢だ。多少自然の形を変えられても結局それも自然の一部に過ぎねえのさ。
Arrogant of you to think you can tame the silkworm. Changing its form is only a part of nature's course.
巣を作るため枝を折る鳥は環境を壊してんのか。アリ塚だってそうだ。
Would you say birds that build their nest with twigs are destroying the environment? Would you say the same for ants?
互いを尊重すりゃ一方的な搾取にならねえなら人は自然と付き合っていける。
With proper respect, people too can live together with nature without exploiting it.
だからこそ天正の奴隷はお蚕様の姿になったんだよ。
And that's why the celestial earth spirit has chosen to take the form of a silk moth.
ではなぜ森は加護を失いしなびていく。
Well, I don't know, maybe because you chopped it down and built factories. Then why is the forest no longer receiving its protection and withering away?
一線を越えちまったからさ。どんな動物だって過剰な活動は土地も自分たちも滅ぼす。
Because we've crossed the line. If there is If there's an overabundance of any creature, both its kind, as well as the land it lives on, will die.
一線を越えねば国を守るなど不可能。
Are you sure about that? One cannot defend one's own kingdom without crossing the line.
自然を崇めてこの国が守れるならばそれもよかろう。
If you can protect the country with respect for nature, I have no qualms about it.
だが事実としてこの国を守り抜いたのはこの私だ。哀れな姿の精霊などではない。
But the fact remains that it is I who has defended our kingdom up until now, not some pathetic spirit.
そうだな。だが昔のやり方でも国を守れたかもしれない。
Sure, but you might have been able to do the same with our old ways.
詭弁だな。
A weak argument.
かもな。ただ俺はそんな話をあんたとしたいんじゃね
Maybe. But anyway, I didn't come here to talk with you about that.
え。俺はあんたの化けの皮を剥ぎ取りに来たんだよ。
I came to rip that sheep's clothing off of you.
化けの皮だと。
Sheep's clothing?
しらばっくれてんじゃねえ。4年前の事件、殺人鬼はあんただろうが。
Don't play dumb with me. 4 years ago, the real culprit was you, wasn't it? You were the sussy imposter.
あの時だ。俺があんたに切られた時だ。
You know, back when you sliced me with your sword.
全てはモンビクスのため。そう、正義の名のもとに。
I read this already. Blood sprays from Eruel as he collapses onto the ground from Galavan's blow.
許す。遠のく意識の中、あんたから嗅いだことのある匂いがしたんだ。
As I felt myself slipping away, I noticed a certain scent coming from you.
止まりそうになる頭で必死に記憶をたどったら、思い出して。
I hung on to my shred of consciousness and tried to remember where else I'd smelled it before.
そんなことじゃなくって、あのさ、あそこの地面なんかおかしくない？
I read this too.
なんだこれ、花の匂いか。スティーブン副団長の遺体を見つけた時に嗅いだんだよ。
I smelt it when Fran and I found Vice Captain Stephen's body.
そのくっせえ香水の匂いをよ。
The disgusting perfume of yours.
その後だよな。あんたが現場に急に現れてよ。
You appeared soon after we found the body.
あの時はなんで気づかなかったんだろ
I did not realize it back then.
うな。思い出すだけでも自分のバカさ加減に腹が立つぜ。
Thinking back, I'm so angry at myself for having been so stupid.
あの現場にはあんたが来る前からその香水の匂いがプンプンと漂ってたってのに。
He uses Axe body spray. The place reeked of your perfume, even before you showed yourself in front of us. Galavan puts his wrist to his nose and cocks his head, puzzled.
そんなに匂うか。
Is the scent that obvious?
全然ふんわり香る程度なのにな。あの子鼻がいいんじゃない？
Not at all. It's the perfect gentle scent. That kid's probably just got a good nose.
だってほら、この森で育った子だもんね。野生児なんだよ。
He was raised in the forest, right? Must be some feral child thing.
何にせよ
I suppose it doesn't matter.
だね、お兄ちゃん。
Nope, it doesn't.
何をブツブツブツブツ。
Oh, Bonnie's a figment of his imagination, isn't she? What are you muttering about over there?
いい加減観念しやがれ。
Just,
やりが。
just give up, Galavan! Erwell knocks an arrow, putting all his force behind it as he releases the arrow at the Knight Captain.
フラン、仇を撃ったぞ。
That's not the story.
フラ敵を撃ったぞ。
Pituca is promptly seen by a doctor upon arriving at the castle. The crew then accompanies the prince to the throne room, only to be met with unfortunate news.
ライラが死んだ。
Lila's dead?
ライラ姫は予科練行動の火事に巻き込まれて
Princess Lila was caught in the fire at the training hall.
火は消し止められましたが姫の遺体はまだ見つかっていません。
The fire's been extinguished, but we still have yet to find the princess's body.
おそらく焼け落ちてしまったのでしょう。
That's not how burning to death works. Usually there's something left behind.
Most likely, she was burnt until nothing remained.
つけ火の犯人は
Thanks for the
殺
graphics.
人鬼エウレルだと聞いております。
As for the culprit responsible for the fire, I hear it's none other than Erwell, the infamous murderer.
Impossible. The king sits sorrowfully on his throne. Without warning, he slams his scepter down on the ground in a fit of rage.
なぜだキャツは死んだのだろう。
How?
なぜこのようなことになるのだ。
The wretch should be dead! How is this happening now?
待ってください。エウレルがライラを殺すなんて信じられません。
Please, wait! Eruel, he can't be the one who killed Lila.
貴様妹を失ってなおあの殺人鬼を擁護するのか。
Fool! Will you defend that cold-blooded criminal even after your younger sister's been murdered?
殺人鬼エウレルは貴様の友だったな。もしや一連の騒動もこの玉座を狙いキャツと結託したのか。
You and Eluel were once friends, weren't you? Could all of these events be something you conspired on together, so that you can sit on this throne?
何をそんなバカなことを。
I would never do something so ridiculous.
貴様などもうどうでもよいわ。
Wow.
世にはギャリバンがおれば十分。
Why don't you make him princess instead?
Ah, never mind. I could care less about you. All I need is Galavan and his hot sword.
ギャリバンさえいればギャリバンさえいればこのモンビクスは安泰なのだ。
As long as Galavan's here, as long as he's here, Monbix will be safe.
Petra looks suspiciously at the king, whose behavior is clearly indicating his descent into madness. Okay, Grandpa, time for you to sit down. Bad parents everywhere. Sensing this, the celestial wind spirit manifests to observe the king as well.
黒い霧の影響が出ているな。それも先ほどの小僧などよりよほど濃いものだ。
He's under the influence of the black mist. His situation is much worse than that of the boy earlier.
エウレルさんより人によって程度の差があるんですか。
Even worse than Eruel? Does it affect people differently?
言ったであろう。核が黒い霧を振りまいていると。
Like I said, the core has been slowly spreading the mist across the area.
おそらくそこの愚かな王は小僧よりもよほど長く核と接していたのだ。
I'm guessing that this crybaby of a king has been in contact with the core for much longer than the boy.
王様の方が長く核に。
In contact with the core? Okay, so it's still not him. While Pituca is occupied with grieving for his sister, Elma takes his place and addresses the king.
ちょいと聞かせてもらいたいことがあるんだがな。
I got a question for you.
よいぞモーセ。ギャリバンのことなら何でも教えてやろう。
Bro, this guy's like obsessed with Galavan.
Very well, you may speak. If it's Galavan you're asking about, I'll gladly tell you. Want to see my collection of body pillows of him?
そいつのことかどうかはわからねえが。
I'm not sure if it's about him or not yet.
よその国の放火で家を焼かれて、その家の兄と妹だけが生き延びた。
A house was once set on fire in another country, where only a boy and his younger sister survived.
そんな事件を聞いたことねえか?
Do you happen to know anything about that?
なんだ、やはりギャリバンのことではないか。
So it is about Galavan. I have his childhood trauma tattooed on my back. Want to see?
I document his life on my very body. Huh?
その火事でギャリバンだけが生き残り、家族は皆死んだのだ。
Galavan was the sole survivor of that fire. The rest of his family perished in the flames.
Shook by the king's words, the crew look at one another.
じゃあそのギャリバンの妹は
So, Galavan's sister, is she also?
確かボニーと言ったか。
Her name was Bonnie, if I remember correctly.
無論助からなかった。屋敷には敵国の患者が大量の油をまいていてな。
She died too, of course. Spies from another country had poured gasolina all around the mansion after all.
死んだ?
She died?
じゃあ記憶の中のあの少女は一体
Then, who was the girl in that memory? Upon hearing that, the boy in the fire was indeed Galavan. Bituka is suddenly reminded of something Layla once told him. Securing yet another crushing victory, the hero Galavan and his knights make a grand return to the capital. Galavan is showered in praise, and bards weave song and tale to laud his heroics. Born from the flames, the hero rises. Spirits in tow, he slays his foes. Remember his name, for he's Galavan the hero. That doesn't rhyme.
炎から生まれしか。なんだか大げさだけれどかっこいいね。
A hero born of flames? Kind of dramatic, but it sounds impressive.
そう脚色されてるけど本当は悲しいお話みたい。
That's how they praise him. But it's actually a sad story.
彼幼い頃に火事にあってご家族を亡くされたようなの。
I hear he lost his family in a fire when he was little.
それでもくじけず頑張ったからこそギャリバンは英雄になれたなんて
But
お父様
Galavan,
が言ってらしたわ。
but Galavan never lost heart and worked hard to become the hero he is today. That's what father told me.
ライラからも昔聞きました。ギャリバンは幼い頃火事にあったと。
I heard from Lila long ago that Galavan was caught in a fire when he was little. Petra thinks back to the memory once more, trying to see if she had missed any clues. The mansion had been enveloped in flames. Galavan had survived, while his sister supposedly died. Furthermore, what is that? Goddamn otherworlders. Petra senses an evil presence lurking within the faint memory, enough to send chills down her spine.
生き残った女の子から悪しき精霊の気配を感じました。
I felt an evil spirit around the girl who survived in the memory.
まさか黒い霧の核はボニーちゃんに。
Could it be that the Black Mist took over Bonnie?
その逆だ、ペトラよ。キャツは宿主の欲望を刺激して衝動を増幅させる。
The contrary, Petra. The spirit stimulates and amplifies the appetite of the host.
その際、キャツは宿主にとって会いたくともかなわぬ思い人。
It looks like someone the host cares for and yearns to see, but cannot.
つまりは死人の姿を借り、宿主に悪事をそそのかし続ける。
In other words, the spirit takes on the form of the deceased loved one and prompts the host to commit evil deeds.
The celestial wind spirit's excitement is blatant as they near the truth.
核の名は精霊アンドラス。キャツの振りまく黒い霧は周囲のものを狂気に陥れ。
Andros? I didn't know we were playing Star Fox.
The core must be the spirit known as Andros. Its black mist throws those who come in contact with it into madness. Only I have the brains to rule Lilac.
そして核を宿す者もまたアンドラスのささやきにより知らず知らず狂気に落ちていくのだ。
And the one who acts as the host for the core in turn also slowly spirals into madness with Andros's whispers.
Andros's wisps. The truth renders the crew speechless.
そんなことになっていたなんて。私、ギャリバンさんをアンドラスから助けたいです。
What happened is unbelievable. But I want to save Galavan from Andros.
だよな。ギャリバンを助けて悪い精霊をぶっ飛ばせば一石二鳥じゃねえか。
Yeah. We'll rescue Galavan and knock out the evil spirit. 2 birds with 1 stone.
となると問題はギャリバンの居場所だな。
Problem is, we don't know where Galavan is right now.
Oh, I know where he is. I put a GPS tracker in his cape so I know his location every time. I even hid a camera in his clothes so I can watch him in the shower.
黒い霧。アンドラスは天正の奴隷を狙ってるんだったが。
Is the black mist Andros targeting the celestial earth spirit?
天正の奴隷はエウレルさんと一緒のはず。
The celestial earth spirit should be with Erewell.
この王都に姿がないのであれば残るわ。
If they're not in the capital, then the only other place would be...
きっと森にいるんです。僕たちの大切な森に。
They're most likely in the forest. A precious Omnia forest.
行きましょう。エウレルを止めるためにも。
Let's head for the...
オムニアの森へ。
Let's head for the forest. We need to stop Erewell. Leaving the king in the attendant's care, the captain and company set out for the Omnia forest once again.
黒い霧が
And
陛下に影響を及ぼしていたんですね。
I think this is the last segment of this. Using the power of the celestial earth spirit, Erewell continues clashing with Galavan. The two take turns gaining the upper hand. However, eventually Erewell falls behind Galavan's advanced swordplay, and his right arm is cut off with a single slice. Oh, looks like he could use a hand.
絵本の中のドトウシはかなりの手だれだったと記憶していたのか。
That's strange. The Earth Shamans in picture books with much more skill than this. My favorite Earth Shaman was the one from the Very Hungry Silk Moth. You talk too much.
All gone. Erewell picks up his arm from the ground and uses silk threads to stitch it back onto himself. If you think it's gonna end this fast, you're wrong. They're having a standoff. Erewell drops down to strike the ground, conjuring clouds of dust that obscure Galavan's vision. In a moment, Erewell takes the opportunity to disappear from the scene.
Don't you dare run, Erewell!
Galavan swings his sword at the dust clouds in an attempt to clear his vision. The more he swings, the more his blade tangles with the silk threads surrounding the area. Hey, let's go. I'm sure the king would love to have seen this.
This is what you were trying to do.
Where is he? You should know how sturdy the silk threads produced by Montix are. A smirk hovers on Eruel's lips as he knocks an arrow. The amber crystal glows bright. Hello? Is he gonna be the playable character? And so the false hero meets his end. Goodbye, Caliban. Oh, damn. Apply directly to the forehead. Oh, okay, never mind. It's just a CG. The arrow shoots straight through his head. Caliban quietly crumples to the ground, motionless. Meanwhile, the king feels a distant twinge in his heart.
I feel a disturbance in the force.
Fran, I did it. Aw. Whenever I achieved something, you'd give me a pat on the head. Didn't you, Fran? His beloved's name hangs in the air as Eruel wipes away his tears. He reaches out to touch the ground with his hand. Yep. Rip Bozo. Omnia Forest. A place full of memories of the both of us together. With the celestial earth spirit. I'll do my best to revive it. Finally, the captain and company arrive at the forest. Eruel! It's you lot again. What now? If you want to fight, then come at me. Seeing Caliban collapsed on the ground in a pool of blood, the crew cautiously keep their distance. There's no way he's coming back from that, right? Also, they explicitly showed a dude getting shot in the head, which is, damn, pretty cool. Can I ask you something? Yeah, we're just gonna ignore the fact that Caliban's dead.
ライラが殺されたと聞いたんだけど、それはエウレルが。
Lila was killed. They're saying it was you.
殺したのかって。
Me? Kill Lila? Yeah. Eruel looks Pituca straight in the eye.
で、お前はどう思った？
And? What do you think?
僕はエウレルを信じてる。だからライラを殺しちゃいない。そう思ってる。
I believe in you. You didn't kill Lila. That's what I think. Without breaking eye contact, Eruel cracks an awkward smile.
あの姫様はあくまでギャリバンを煽るための餌だったからな。
The princess was only bait to rile up Caliban.
後で秘密基地に行け。姫様はそこでぐっすり眠ってる。
Oh, okay. Go to a hideout later and you'll find her there, asleep.
そっか。
Okay.
よかった。
See? I told you there would have been a body left. I see. I'm glad. Pituca breathes a sigh of relief. Beside him, Elmot hits Eruel with another question.
お前、ギャリバンを殺したのか?
Oh, yeah, that was totally me. I take full responsibility for that. I'd do it again, too, if I could. Did you kill Caliban?
そうだよ。それが目的だったからな。
Yeah.
俺じゃあギャリバンを殺せないと思ってたのか?
Yep. That was my goal. Did you think I wouldn't be able to kill him?
いえ、そうじゃなくて、実はギャリバンさんには。
That's not what we mean at all. But about Caliban. Just then, Eruel, Petra, and Elmont's crystals flicker simultaneously, warning them of danger. It's green, yellow, and red. Aw, dang it, it's not the traditional colors. Fucking elephant-sounding ass. A deafening howl pierces the air, and a black mist begins to rise from Galavan's dead body. You know, in case you thought that Galavan was making it out of this alive. It's no, yeah, no Sonic Heroes. What is that?
そうだ。この狂気だ。我の今日ついた悪しき精霊、アンドラス。
At last, a spirit that lurks in the shadows, tainted with absolute madness, shows itself. Andras!
Andros?
ギャリバンのことだって放ってなんておけるかよ。
Okay, this is the last chapter. Wait, how long did we go? How long was last stream? Was that 2 hours? So this would have been the 4-hour mark. Okay. But maybe it was slow because I was sleepy. I did take quite a bit of a long break then. But yes, thank you for the hydrate. But yeah, I'm liking this event so far. I saw somebody compare it to the Barrow event, saying it was a way better mystery. This was a way better detective event than the Barrow event. So I'm glad to know I'm not the only one that like didn't really like that one. I was eepy. Yep. You can't get freaky when you're eepy. No, that's not a proper analogy, but well, it's a work in progress. I don't know. I don't actually know if the mute function is working. You know, maybe I should check. Maybe I should actually watch my VODs. No, I hate myself. Anyways,
Final chapter, and then the ending. Let's see how this goes. Patent pending. Chapter 6. What Reeks and Burns. Yo, that's the event title! An eerie dark mist rises from Galavan's corpse. Yeah, he sure is dead as hell. It hovers above the crew's heads before slowly spreading across Omnia Forest. It doesn't look like any wind will be able to blow this mist away. It may look like mist, but because it's not actually mist, we need to aim when it assumes its true form as Andras. Only then will my power as a celestial spirit prove effective. I guess we'll be the ones to draw away its attention then.
Wait, look at Andras.
Ooh, he's an owl. Before the crew can solidify their plan of action, the dark mist that had enveloped the forest gathers once again into Galavan. Dombey.
Good.
God damn it.
What's happening? His wounds are healing up.
Yeah, LOL, shoot him again. Just shoot him a bunch of times until he stays down. What the hell is this? Oh no, he has a helmet on now. We can't shoot him in the head anymore. Okay, just aim for the lips. Haha, I'm back. Cloaked in a mantle of black mist, Galavan rises to his feet and glares at the captain and company with bloodshot eyes. Or maybe that's just the blood that's left over from his face. Oh, demon.
Brother, are you okay?
It's nothing. I'll be fine.
I knew you'd be okay. I'm always proud to have you as my big brother. It doesn't seem like the king's going to be of any use anymore. How about you just take over this kingdom?
If that's what you want me to do, Bonnie, then maybe I will.
Then first, we've got to kill off everyone in our way.
Yeah. Leave it to your big brother. Spurred on by Andras, disguised as Bonnie, Galavan takes up his sword and prepares himself for battle once more. Okay, and that segment was short. Oh, we're getting lore.
I'm Bonnie's big brother. I need to make her proud.
Young quote-unquote Bonnie.
I just know you're going to be a great knight. For sure, because I say so.
Yes. I have to protect Bonnie and this country.
I'll make this kingdom strong, so that I'll never have to lose my family again.
もう二度とボニーを
I don't ever want to lose Bonnie again.
お兄ちゃん、約束だよ。
It's a promise, brother.
Four years ago.
俺が何したって言うんだよ。頼む、助けてくれよ、ギャリバン団長よ。
Wait a minute. What'd I do? Please, Captain Gallivan, you have to help me.
こういう悪人がいなくなれば、夜の城下町もみんな安心して歩けるようになると思うの。
If we get rid of bad people like him, the streets will be safe at night, and everyone can go out without having to worry.
治安を守ることこそ住みよき国となろう。そうだな、ボニー。
We can make this country better by keeping its public order. Isn't that right, Bonnie?
ボニー？俺はボニーじゃねえ。誰かと間違えてんのか？
But Bonnie? I'm not Bonnie. You mistaken me for someone else?
一撃ですっごい。さすがボニー自慢のお兄ちゃんだよ。
Wow, with just one hit? That's amazing. You make me so proud. The slightly embarrassed smile. Oh no. Gallivan throws the corpse onto a cart before looking out towards Omnia Forest. Oh. This is so much better. They were right. This is so much better than the Barrow event. With only the moon as his light, Gallivan uses a shovel to dig into the dirt.
これで8人目？
So this is
A loud-ass motherfucking vehicle.
the 8th one?
9人目だ。
Ninth. Yeah, there's bound to be a 10th one joining them soon. If that idiot ever comes back here. Bonnie tries to count with her fingers the number of people Gallivan has killed and buried up until now. But she gives up and laughs.
私腹を肥やした商人2人に詐欺師、隣国のスパイ、敵前逃亡やら体制批判の騎士が4人。
Two merchants who have been filling their pockets under the table. A con artist, a spy from the neighboring country, and 4 knights who ran away from battle.
そしてさっきのゴロつきだ。
And this rogue here.
すごい。よく覚えてるね。
That's impressive! How do you remember all that?
戦場とは違い、手にかけた理由が明確な分、記憶にもよく残っている。
Unlike on the battlefield, there's a clear reason for killing each person. That's why they stay in my memory so well. Gallivan throws the rogue's body into the hole before covering it up with dirt again. Is he throwing them all into one hole?
記念すべき10人目はスティーブン副団長かな。やっぱり。
Who should we get for the 10th person? Maybe it's time we went after Vice Captain Steven.
やっぱり
It's time?
あの人さ、国を強くしようとするお兄ちゃんや王様の悪口言ってるじゃん。
I mean, you've been working so hard for Montbix, but all that person does is say bad things about you and the king.
今は対話で外交する時代だとかなんとか言ってさ。
He's always blabbering on about how diplomacy is done through talking or whatever.
確かに理想ではある。だが、今はまだその時期ではないのだな。
True, it would be ideal, but now is not yet the time.
お姫様の婚約者だからって戦場にも行かないで後方支援ばっかやってたし。
Just because he's the princess's betrothed, he always stays back as support and doesn't even go out on the battlefield.
ずるいよ。
It's not fair.
ボニーに言わせればあんなの 口だけ達者な反逆者なんだけどな。
If you ask me, all talk and no action people like him are the real rebels.
反逆者
A rebel?
そうだよ。お兄ちゃんがああいう口だけ野郎からモンビクスを守らなくっちゃ。
Yeah, you've got to protect Montpix from people like him. Do it.
ギャリバン団長、最近騎士団から逃亡する者が増えております。
Captain Galavan, recently the number of knights running away has been increasing.
ここ最近の我が国の外交は異常です。些細なことでもすぐに先端を開いているでしょう。
Something has been awry with our diplomacy. We've been hostile towards other countries for trivial matters, and that is not normal.
それの何が問題だ。殺さねば殺される。戦争状態になくともそれは変わらん。
I don't see the problem. Kill or be killed. Just like that adorable yellow flower from Undertale told me. It's the same concept inside and outside of battle.
隣国のスパイによる破壊工作は今も昔も変わらず犠牲を出しているんだぞ。
Oh god, Bonnie is flowy. As always, we remain the target of espionage and many sacrifices are being made on our side.
スパイなら我が国も送り込んでいるではないですか。
We too are sending spies to other nations, are we not?
故にお互い様。言うなれば必要な犠牲です。
We are the same. Sometimes sacrifices are necessary.
必要な犠牲だと。
Sacrifices are necessary.
はい。対話で平和を築くために、今はただ。
Yes. In order to establish peace through discussion, at this point in time, we have only... It happens in a flash. Galavan draws his blade and, without even a moment's hesitation, slashes Stefan's throat.
Oh, what's that? You're saying something about diplomacy? I can't hear you over the gurgling.
貴様には何も見えていない。その口八丁で民をたぶらかすなど許せぬ傷病だ。
You don't understand anything. Using sweet words to deceive our people is an unforgivable act.
記念すべき10人目。おめでとう、お兄ちゃん。
Hooray! We have our 10th person! Congrats, brother!
我らに歯向かう者がこれ以上現れないことを祈るよ。
I can only pray that no one else will stand in our way from here on out.
Just as Galavan makes to move Stefan's body to the forest of Montpix, he hears the king of Montpix calling for him in the castle.
That's him tapping his cane on the floor. That's his Galavan collar. Oh, Galavan! Galavan! Can you lift your shirt up for me, please?
Hey. Oh, I don't think he can.
王様もお兄ちゃんに甘えすぎ。ボニーみたい。
The king depends so much on you, just like me. Galavan smiles gently at Bonnie. He promptly carries the vice captain's dead body to his room before attending to the king.
ギャリバンよ。対話なんぞでこの国が守れると思うか。
Galavan, do you really think discussion alone can protect our kingdom?
何故そのような問いを。
Why the question all of a sudden, Your Majesty? Usually you just call me in and stare at me for a while.
ライラが口うるさく言うもんでな。軍事国家の道をたどれば、その先に未来はないとかなんとか。
Layla's been nagging about me about it, saying a military state will never have a future.
耳を貸す必要はないかと。すべてはスティーブン殿から吹き込まれたものとお考えください。
He's gaslighting him. There's no need to listen. All of that is merely a notion indoctrinated by Stefan.
おお、確かにそうに違いない。ギャリバンに聞いてもらったおかげで安堵したわい。
Yes, you're right. I'm relieved to hear that from you. Think about all the good things war has done for our country.
The next day, the knighthood buzzes of the news of Stefan's disappearance. The King of Montpix no longer has an interest in him, after the many instances in which the vice captain had apparently abandoned his position in battle. Gaslighting himself. Yeah, Bonnie's gaslighting everyone. Stephen could not matter less with the steadfast Galavan at the king's side. Yes, the steadfast, very good-looking, and very dashing Galavan. Oh, this is where the king starts getting obsessed with him. Okay, so he doesn't have the body pillow collection yet.
婚約者もいなくなったことだし、お兄ちゃんがお姫様と結婚しちゃえばいいのに。
What if you marry the chump husband, and then you can be the salt?
Since the princess isn't engaged to anyone anymore, maybe you can marry her.
The knight captain rejects the idea at first, then pauses to think.
そうか。そうすればボニーもお姫様になれる。いい考えかもしれんな。
If I marry her, then you can be a princess, Bonnie. That's not a bad idea.
と、その前に、早く死体を処理しなくっちゃね。
Oh yeah, but before that, we'll need to hurry and get rid of this body.
Stefan's corpse is taken to Omnia Forest and buried. Just as Galavan is about to leave, Eluel and Fran arrive at the forest for a rendezvous.
ほら、俺もこの森を離れてからなんか元気出なくなったし。
Not to mention, I feel like my energy hasn't been like how it was before I left the forest. That's a confusing sentence.
それはしょうがないよ。騎士なんて柄じゃないじゃん。嫌なことやるのは骨が折れるよ。
フランも辛いよな。
私はほら、持ち前の可愛さでうまくやっ。
Hidden in the shadows of a large tree, Galavan begins to grow irritated from the two's conversation.
あの子たち、自分のことばかりで国のことを全然考えてないんじゃない？
Those two are only thinking about themselves, aren't they? They don't care about this country at all.
豪腹だが、若き命はむやみに摘み取れ。
Despicable. But I can't end such young lives so recklessly.
彼らはいずれこうなすだろう。子供は国の未来なのだ。だから。
Damn, slow down there, buddy. The two will someday bear a child, and children are the future of our kingdom.
そんなことじゃなくって、あのさ、あそこの地面、なんかおかしくない？
Startled that someone could notice even a slight disturbance to the ground, Galavan racks his brain for what to do.
もはや遺体の発見は免れないか。これから犯人探しが始まるだろう。
They'll find the body for sure. It'll get reported, and a search will ensue.
さて、
And an emergency meeting will ensue. How can I get through this?
ねえ、こんなのはどう？あの子に全部の責任を押し付けちゃうってのはさ。
I've got an idea. What about pushing all the killings on that boy?
彼に？
The boy?
だってお兄ちゃん何にも悪くないもん。必要なことをやってただけだよ。殺人犯扱いされるなんて変だよ。
You've done nothing wrong. You're only doing what needs to be done for Montpix. Why should you be branded a criminal for that?
だからさ、自分のことばっかり考えてるあの子に罪をかぶせて処刑しちゃえば。
On the other hand, all those two are thinking about is themselves. They should just take the blame and get executed.
手間も省けるか。
Yeah, that's easy enough. Once Eruel has left to report to the knights about his findings, Galavan steps out from his hiding place and shows himself to Fran. Oh no. The captain and company are aghast as the spirit Andras resurrects Galavan. The Knight Captain is but a hollow shell, acting as the Black Mist's puppet.
この国には私が必要なのだ。私がこの国を守り抜き、ボニーとまた。
This kingdom needs me. I'll protect it until the end. Then surely Bonnie.
どうも正気じゃねえな。俺たちには見えねえもんが見えてんのか？
He's definitely not normal. Has he seen something we aren't?
あの人たち、ボニーを殺そうとしてるの？お兄ちゃん、怖いよ。
Are those people trying to kill me? I'm so scared, brother.
土塔師の小僧を乗っ取るかと懸念していたが、アンドラスめ。宿主としての土塔師の小僧を乗っ取るかと懸念していたが、まさかその男を治療するとは。
I was worried it was going to possess the Earth Shaman Kid, but I didn't expect it to heal this man instead.
アンドラスめ。宿主としてのギャリバンをえらく気に入ったようだな。
Seems like Andras has grown quite attached to its host.
おい、誰か説明しやがれ。
I mean, Arrowell, you came back from the dead. I think it's pretty self-explanatory what's going on. Hey, someone explain this to me.
ギャリバンさんはアンドラスという悪しき精霊にそそのかされていたんです。
Galavan was being incited by an evil spirit called Andras.
長い間ずっともう正気も保てないくらいに。
He's been like this for a long time. So long that he's lost his sanity.
知るか、そんなこと。フランを殺したのはギャリバンだ。精霊がナイフを使うのか。
I don't care if he was being incited by a spirit or not. Galavan killed Fran. He was the one holding the knife.
俺が聞きたいのはそんなことじゃねえ。
That's not what I want to know.
どうやったらあの野郎を今度こそ確実にぶっ殺せるかって話だ。
I want to know how I can kill that scum for good.
アンドラスを引き剥がさねば、宿主は無限に蘇る。
If we don't pull Andras away, the host will continue to revive infinitely.
五感のどれでもよい。宿主の潜在意識を触発するものが分かればよいのだな。
We need to trigger the host's subconscious through any one of his 5 senses somehow. While the crew and Galavan are facing off, Pituka stays hidden in the trees and out of their way. He ponders to himself.
炎から生まれし英雄ギャリバン。
Galavan, a hero born from flames.
あの歌とは裏腹に幼いギャリバンを襲った炎はきっと恐怖の対象のはず。
He may be praised as such, but on the contrary, he was so young when the fire happened. The flames must have some trauma, left some sort of trauma. Pituka calls out to the others. Elmot! What?
炎です。思いっきり大きな炎をギャリバンにぶつけてください。
Fire! Create flames as large as you can and send them at Galavan.
でかい炎だ。
Large flames?
お望みなら出してやるよ。森を巻き込んでも知らねえぞ。
Alright, if that's what you want. Don't blame me if the whole forest catches on fire. Waiting for the right opportunity, Elma takes Galavan by surprise, getting up close before generating enormous vivid flames. Oh no, you triggered his arsonist side. Yeah, let's go. burn within my hellish blazing prison. Oh no, the metal helmet is melting onto my face. I'm immune to arrows, but not fire. The roaring flames sear a vital fear into Galavan's mind, even more detrimental than physical damage, and cause him to faint. This severs the spirit from his consciousness, forcing Andrus out of Galavan's body. However, the very next moment... Oh no! You leave him alone. Eruel! Eruel's body convulses as Andras corrodes into its new host. Eruel, don't give in! Eruel cries out as if resisting Andras' invasion of his body. Only he has the brains to rule Lilac. Your spirit. Oh no. Ah. Why would you do this? But soon, Eruel quiets down and stands in a daze. His eyes are glazed over as he stares at the crew. Oh, what filter is this? This one? God damn it, man.
Hey, Eruel. From? Sorry. Spaced out there.
またお蚕様を育てて生糸を作るには大きなマルベリーの森が必要でしょ?
You need a large mulberry forest to raise silkworms and produce silk again, right?
だからこの国の何もかも壊して木を植えようよ.
We should just wipe out everything in this country and plant new trees.
全部森にしちゃおう. 町も人も全部さ.
Let's turn everything here into a forest. The streets, the people, everything.
いい考えだな、それ。この国いっぱいに広がる森はきっとすごく綺麗だ。
That's a good idea. A forest that has plenty of space is going to be beautiful.
となるとまずは国のトップモンビクス王からやっちまうか。
So first, I guess we should kill off the person sitting at the top of it all. The king.
王様が終わったら町の人間だ。全員土に埋めて立派な肥料にしてやるからな。
After the king, it'll be the people. We'll bury them all and turn them into fertilizer.
さすがエーレル、物分かりいいじゃん。
I knew we'd be on the same page, Eruel.
Eruel whips up clouds of dust and disappears from the crew's sight. Huh? Where'd he go?
エフレルさん、ブツブツ独り言を言ってました。まずは王様からって。
Eruel? He was talking to himself. Something about starting from the king?
じゃあ向かったのは城か。急ぐぜ団長さんよ。
Then we gotta head over to the castle. Hurry, Captain!
先にお城に向かいます。
Ah,
ギャリバンさんのことお願いしますね。
man, they just brought him back from the... They just brought him back like it was nothing? For context, I read the main story, and well, let's just say dead people don't come back that easily. Pituka, we'll go to the castle first. We're leaving Galavan in your hands. Huh? I don't want to put my hands anywhere near him. Pituka's expression is soft as he looks down at Galavan. He lowers himself to sit beside the Knight Captain. Ow. Hey Galavan, you feeling okay? Not having a massive headache? Finally, Galavan regains his consciousness. Instead of sitting up, he merely gazes up at the stars. Oh, you're awake.
一度死んだようなものですから、体は動かないと思いますよ。
You did die once, so I don't think you'll be able to move your body.
Pituka 王子。
Prince Pituka.
あなたには長い間、人をそそのかす悪い精霊が取り付いていたそうです。
You were incited by an evil spirit for a very long time.
その間のことは覚えていますか？
Do you remember anything from that time? Galavan closes his eyes, as if to calm himself. He nods.
自分であって自分でないような、そんな不思議な感覚です。
It's a strange feeling. I was myself, yet not myself.
だからといって私が行った非道の数々、
Still,
それらが人事だとは思っていません。
numerous unjust actions were committed by none other than me.
その報いは受けるつもりです。
I plan to accept my punishment.
そう。
I see. Oh, goddamn.
何もかもが突然だった。あの日、何の前触れもなく、炎は私から全てを奪った。
It was so sudden. One day, flames came and took everything from me. There was no warning.
いや、幼い私に見えていなかっただけかもしれません。
Or maybe I was just too young to see.
父は外交の仕事に就いていました。それで隣国の恨みを買っていたのでしょう。
My dad worked in diplomacy. He must have gotten on someone's wrong side while working with other countries.
何も知らぬ子供の私には、そのような事情など知る由もありませんでしたが。
I was a naive child. Didn't understand any of these circumstances. Galavan gazes into the distant sky, a far-off look in his eyes as he reflects on his lost memory.
あの火事で、父と母、そしてボニーは死んだ。
In that fire, Dad, Mom, and Bonnie all died.
なぜ死ななければならなかったのか。対話などせず、隣国を叩き潰していれば、家族は助かったのではないか。
Why did they have to die? If only we'd crushed the other nation without trying to talk to them first, and my family might have been spared.
私が現実を受け入れることができなかった。
I couldn't accept what was happening.
そこを悪しき精霊につけ込まれたのでしょうね。
It's probably how the evil spirit came to take advantage of me. Despite the wrenching anguish in his heart, Galavan knows deep down that he cannot allow things to end the way they are now.
Enduring the pain, he makes to stand up.
私は奴にそそのかされながらもどこかで自分を保っていました。
The spirit may have incited me, but a part of me was still there.
国を守るために狂気を言い訳にしていたのです。
I used my motivation to protect the kingdom as an excuse for my madness.
もはや償えるものではない。そんなことは承知しています。ですが、
I understand.
せめて
Oh. I understand there's nothing I can do to make up for the heinous deeds I've done. Still.
後始末は自らの手で。
I must settle things myself. Pituca quietly looks on as the man who had been hailed a hero stands tall with new determination. Yeah, there we go. Feels good, doesn't it, Fran? The celestial earth spirit's power. Etterwell blows the castle gates into pieces and proceeds to the gaping hole. Oh. Where the knights obstruct his way, he promptly ties them up with silk threads before heading straight to the throne room. Where did the old king go?
Such a coward. Where in the skies is he hiding?
The crew rushes for the castle, concerned for the king of Montbeeks.
お城が敵に襲われた時、王様は側房島のお部屋に行くってピトゥーカさんが言ってました。
Pituca said that when the castle is under the attack.
Under the attack? Just under attack.
The king goes to a room in the tower. But Etterwell's gonna find him sooner or later, so we gotta hurry. Oh, what happened to the gates? They're completely obliterated.
側房島ですよね。こうなったら先回りしましょう。
The tower? Then we need to make sure we get there first.
And Petra and the celestial wind spirit exchange looks. The captain realizes what they're about to do.
まさか。
Trampoline!
はい、そのまさかです。
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
The celestial wind spirit creates a strong wind that lifts the captain and company up to the tower. After bringing information out from the knights, Etterwell immediately heads for the tower where the king of Montbeeks is hiding, until he is met with a surprise. You're kidding. How did you get ahead of me?
そこの風通しさんがちょいと無茶を思いついてな。
The wind shaman had a bit of a crazy idea.
ちょっと怖かったです。
It was scary.
なんで俺の邪魔すんだよ。あんたら部外者じゃねえか。
Oh, come on. Why do you all have to get in the way? You're not even involved in any of this.
もう部外者じゃありません。私たちはあなたの中にいるアンドラスに用があるんです。
We are now. We have some things to settle with the spirit Andras who's living inside you now.
Curiosity piqued upon hearing its name. The spirit appears in front of the crew, manifesting itself as Fran.
アンドラス。我を忘れたとでも言うのではないだろうな。
Ah, hold on, let me fix my glasses.
Andras, Surely you haven't forgotten about me, have you?
ちょっと待って。
Oh, wait.
ああ、そう。あんたらがあの忌々しい女も。でも、これ以上はやらせない。
Ah, right. So you're that annoying woman's. But no matter. This is the end for you.
なんでしょう今のどこか人事のような
What was that? That almost sounds like it was detached from what happened before.
邪魔はさせないから。エーレルはこの国のすべてを壊して森を作る。
I won't let you get in the way. Edelwell's gonna destroy everything and expand the forest.
その後、天正の奴隷は私にくれるんだよね。
And then you're gonna give the celestial earth spirit to me, right?
ああ、そうだ。待ってろよ、フラ。
That's right. Just wait a little longer, Fran.
アンドラスやっぱりあなたの狙いは
Andras. I knew it. So that's what you're after.
じゃあ手はず通り、まずはアンドラスを引き離すとしようぜ。
We just gotta do what we planned and separate Andras from him, right?
とは言っても、何がエウレルの潜在意識を触発するってんだ。
Sure. But how would he tap... how do we tap into Edelwell's subconscious?
過去の出来事や強い思いそういったものを触発できれば
We need to trigger it with something from his past. Or a memory that'll stimulate his emotions.
邪魔はさせない。俺はフランと過ごすんだ。約束した。あの森で。
Get out of my way. I'm going to spend my time with Fran in the forest. Just like we promised. A thunderous noise and an intense sandstorm rises up from the towers of Montbic's castle.
あの砂嵐はきっと
That sandstorm must be...
急ぎましょう。
Let's hurry.
もう諦めてくれよ。もういいだろう。俺たちにかなうなよ。
Enough. Just give up. Stop bothering us.
お前がそいつといる以上、そういうわけにもいかなくってな。
As long as you still got that thing inside you. No can do.
でもこのままじゃ何か手を考えないと
We'll have to think about another way to go about this, though.
手段ならばある。宿主ごと塵一つ残さず葬ることでも、おそらくキャツを滅ぼせるだろう。
There is a way to bury the host altogether, and most likely destroy him.
それはできません私が倒したいのはアンドラスだけです
We can't do that. The only one we want to defeat is Andras.
その甘さが命取りなんじゃない
That naive thinking of yours is going to be the end of you.
もう付き合ってられないよ。パッと終わらせちゃう
I'm rather sick of this. Let's end it for good.
どうしたのエウレル。
What's the matter, Edelwell?
Edelwell's nose twitches when he sees Galavan running up the stairs towards them. Agitation overcomes him. Oh.
王子は下がっててください。
Prince Pituka, please stay back.
Oh. Galavan barely manages to keep up as Edelwell unleashes attack after attack, gradually driving the Knight Captain back. That rhymes.
エウレルさんが目を覚ますようなものに何か心当たりはありませんか
Pituka, can you think of anything that would help bring Edelwell back to his senses? Let's see.
The prince thinks back to how they had spent their time together when they were younger. struggles to put his finger on any particular memory. Meanwhile, Galavan's thoughts are also racing as he remains on the defensive. Something that can trigger Eruel. Come on. You think you've got time to look around when you're going up against me? Leave this to us. We'll buy us some time. In the meantime, focus on coming up with something that'll wake up Eruel. Hey, fight time, let's go. Hateful Eruel. Uh-oh. We'll keep Eruel distracted while you focus on your thoughts, Pituka. Okay. Let's see. What the hell? Stop getting in my way! Come on, don't be a spoil sport. Get yourself a taste of these flames. Bring Eruel back to his senses. Arson! Hey, oh, let me run around. Oh, I can't? Is that all you can do with those dinky flames? Fire alone won't do the trick for him. We've managed to buy ourselves some time. Let me take that off. What's this? Elemental breath. Something that can trigger Eruel. The forest, silkworms, Fron? No, not those. You're all so damn annoying. Just get the hell out of my way. No way. We're staying right here. So, you're gonna stop me from taking my revenge no matter what, huh? I'm sick of this. You can all die here. Well, let's knock him out. Ow. Now things are heating up. Putting us in a bit of a tough spot, huh? Pituka, you got any ideas yet? Eruel's always been pretty sensitive to smell, so some kind of spell he finds repulsive could work. A smell. Wait, is this the right one? No. It looks like Pituka and Galavan are onto something. Captain, for now, let's make sure we stay standing. Heal. Oh, that was a good heal. Place reeked of your perfume. Before you show yourself in front of us. I know. My perfume! If Eruel catches a whiff of my perfume, it might trigger something. Could you help me? Of course. We'll do our best to support you. Hey, rousing wind. You know, we could have had Petra do this, too. Wow. Damn it. Damn it all. Why won't my attacks land? Here's your chance. Go get him, hero. Leave it to me. How dare you! It looks like we're close to getting Andras out of Arrowell. The cursed black mist that attacked my home and country continues to terrorize this kingdom. Today's the day I'll put it to an end. Petra's powerful attack causes Arrowell to fall. Does it now? It looks like he's still standing. Hey, let's go. We got to the ending. Let's go, let's go, let's go. I'm in it. Arrowell lets out one last cry before collapsing onto the ground unconscious. A black mist, Andras, rushes out of his body. Roog. Excuse me, sir? You got a box for all that cake you're packing? No wonder he needed a vessel. Anyways. We did it! Now we go in for the kill. Okay. Oh, great winds. Oh, green crystal which dances among nature. The wind begins to whip into a storm at Petra's chant. Mother. I summon the power of the great gales. Oblivion of the winds. Oblivion fall. The gust spirals into a cyclone, trapping Andras within it. Put him in the blender. Did we get it? Not yet. Let's finish it with our next move, Petra. Aruga. Everybody's yelling. The celestial wind spirit unleashes a fierce gale that pierces the evil spirit. However, what do you mean, however? Boom boom. Unable to endure the scale of the power needed for the attack, Petra collapses. Petra! Skill issue. What? No. The vessel needed for me to unleash the full extent of my power were inefficient. Though Andras was on the brink of annihilation, it manages to change its form and soars high up into the sky. We were so close! Bituka, can you carry Petra to a safe place? Of course. We've lost the perfect chance to finish it. Still, the spirit's definitely getting weaker. You can't let Petra's efforts go to waste. It's time we knock that thing out for good. Wouldn't you say, Captain? Captain gives a firm nod. Over Galavan steps in to stop them. I believe you're aware that there's only one method left to defeat Andras. No, don't be ridiculous. We're not about to let anyone sacrifice themselves. Aw.
He was going through a pretty good redemption arc too. I'm a corpse. There's no need to see me as a sacrifice. Huh?
エウレルによって私はすでに撃たれている。
Ariel has already killed me.
今の私はアンドラスの力によって死体が動いているに過ぎない。
Oh, so wait, are you? Oh, so you're not just gonna walk away from this for free? At the moment, I'm nothing but a moving corpse fueled by Andras's power.
命は戻らないのだ。アンドラスが消えればどの道私も動かなくなる。
Life will not return to me. If Andras disappears, I won't be able to move anymore.
何より私は生を許される身ではない。あまりに罪を重ねすぎた。
More importantly, I'm not someone who deserves to live. I bear too many crimes. Galavan shifts his blank eyes to Andras.
少しでも私を哀れに思うならどうか盛大な仮装にしてくれ。
If you can show even a bit of compassion for me, then cremate me in a lavish fire.
おい待て、バカなことは。
Hold on, you can't be serious. Galavan charges straight at the black mist, its movement slowed. Galavan!
アンドラスよ、私の元へ戻ってこい。
Andras, return to me!
長きにわたり宿主となっていた私こそ貴様にとって良きふるさとであろう。
As your host for many long years, your home can be nowhere but within me. Responding to Galavan's call as if by instinct, the dark mist gathers within Galavan once more. As his consciousness drifts, Galavan uses the last of his energy to step towards the edge of the steep castle wall. Without hesitation, he flings himself off the edge. Close your eyes. Galavan! No! As Galavan hurtles towards the ground, the captain and Elmoth leap forward to save him. They reach out, only to grasp helplessly at thin air. It can't be. Galavan! I mean, he kind of explained why he did it. A fool of a hero. Making other people do all the dirty work. Fine. Fine. I'll send you off like you want. Here's my fiery tribute to you, Galavan. Andras is desperately wriggling out of Galavan to escape, but not before Elmot engulfs the Knight Captain's body in flames. As Andras shrieks in its last moments, the flames continue to burn, enveloping Galavan in a gentle, ephemeral light. After the final battle, Galavan is declared a missing person. You can't just say he's dead? The truth about Galavan's crimes remains hidden as to not create chaos among the people. Oh, I mean, I guess if you explain that he died, then you'd have to explain why he died. However, it is clear that Galavan himself would not wish to continue being praised as the hero he pretended to be. Shut up, ad break. As such, Erowell himself makes a proposal, despite the tumultuous history between him and the Knight Captain.
What is the right thing to do for the kingdom's future?
ヤリバンが悪しき精霊に取りつかれていたなど。
Even if we claim that Erwil had been possessed by an evil spirit.
なればモンビクスは長きにわたり悪しき精霊の傀儡だったも同然ではないか。
It would be equivalent to admitting that Montbix has been a puppet of an evil spirit for many years.
世はあまりに愚かだった。
I've been such a fool.
陛下。
Your Majesty.
ピトゥーカか。どうした？何の用だ？
Pituka? What's the matter?
陛下。これまでのご無礼についてどうかお許しをいただきたく。
Thanks for the hydrate. Your Majesty, I've come to beg forgiveness for the disrespect I've shown up until now.
無礼など。元はといえば、世がお前をないがしろにしたことが始まりであろう。
You've shown no disrespect. The fault lies with me and my failure to accept the truth.
むしろこちらこそ許してほしい。王として、父として、世は間違いなく未熟だった。
It is I who needs to ask for forgiveness. I did not know better, neither as a king, nor as a father.
When the king bows deeply to Pituka, the prince grows flustered.
どうか頭を上げてください。陛下に頭を下げられては。
Please, there's no need for you to bow to me, Your Majesty.
いや、世はもうお前に顔向けできん。
No,
頭を上げるなど。
I cannot face you. I'm not worthy to look you in the eye.
いやいやいや、僕の方こそひどい態度を。
No, truly, it was my attitude that was the problem. As the king and the prince exchange bows over and over, Layla watches from the side and shrugs, exasperated.
こうして見てるとなんだかんだ親子ね。
The two of you are definitely father and son. With Layla's mediation, the two begin to discuss the future of the kingdom once more.
世はあまりに国を変えてしまった。この国の誇りだった養蚕も
I've
世
changed
の
the,
王命で壊滅させてしまった。
I've changed the kingdom far too much, destroying the silkworm culture we prided ourselves on with my decrees.
ヤリバンを変えて、ここから国を立て直すなど、
Without
果
Galavan,
たしてできるのだろうか。
will we be able to restore our country to how it was before?
As the king is lost in thought, Pituka scratches his head hesitantly, like a child found guilty of mischief.
実はそのお蚕様はまだ僕がこっそり育てていて。
Actually, I've been secretly raising silkworms by myself.
何？
What?
だからきっとモンビクスは大丈夫です。
So, Montbix should be fine.
いろんな伝統を復活させて、オムニアの森にも少しずつ木を植えていきましょう。
We'll bring back the old traditions, and grow trees again little by little to restore Omnia Forest to its glory.
自然は僕たちが思うよりずっと優しくて、ずっと強いですから。
After all, nature is much kinder and stronger than we know it to be.
結局ボスコは何者だったんだろうな。
I mean, yeah, to be fair, same. Who the heck was Bosco? Who the heck was Bosco anyway? Guess I'll never find out.
でもまあ、あいつが何も言わなかったってことは言う必要がなかったってことだ。
But if he didn't say anything, then I suppose there just wasn't the need to.
オムニアの森でまたこれがあれが取れるようになったら、あいつの墓にでも備えてやるか。
Once Caligari starts growing in Omnia Forest again, I'll bring him some to his grave. Murmuring to himself, Elmot's thoughts reach out to the person who once saved him long ago. Meanwhile, Petra also thinks back to her mother, Carla.
アンドラスは本当にお母さんのことを知っていたんでしょうか?
I wonder if Andras really knew my mother.
村に現れた黒い霧。アンドラスは村から払われ、その後ギャリバンさんに取り付いた。
The black mist had appeared at the village, but was exorcised from the place before taking over Galavan.
そういう順番ならアンドラスはお母さんを知っていてもおかしくないんですけど。
If that's how the timeline went, then it's possible that Andras did know my mother.
ああ、そう。あんた
なんというか、まるで人事のように話していたような。
Andras almost sounded like he was talking from a third-person point of view.
あれ、そもそもお母さんはどうやってアンドラスを。
Wait, come to think of it, how did Mother manage to exorcise Andras?
それは今回とは勝手が違ったのであろうな。
It was probably different from our situation this time.
アンドラスの取り付いていた宿主はアンドラスのよりしろであると同時に黒い霧のよりしろにもなっていた。
The host for Andras also served as the object enshrining both its spirit and the black mist.
宿主をくさびとすることで霧は物理的に払われようとも戻ってきていたのであろう。
In other words, even if the black mist had been physically cleared, it was able to return because it had a contract with its host that allowed it to do so.
村が黒い霧に襲われた時は取り憑かれている人はいなかったんですよね。
Back when the mist attacked the village, it didn't take over anyone in particular, did it?
そのように記憶している。その代わり異様に濃い霧があっという間に村を飲み込んでいた。
I don't remember it doing so. Instead, the mist was much thicker, and it swallowed up the village within a short amount of time.
なるほど。効果が強い代わりにそこに留まるための仕組みはなかったんですね。
I see. So its effect on the village was strong. But on the other hand, that left Andras with nothing to keep itself in place.
そういうことだろう。
I believe so.
まあ我は封印されていたゆえ彼らが霧を払ったその瞬間は目にしていないのだが。
Well, I was sealed at the time, so I wasn't able to witness Carla clearing the mist.
アンドラスにはまだ何か秘密がありそうですね。
I guess there's still a lot of secrets surrounding Andras.
だが彼らに会えばおのずと全てがわかるであろう。焦らず進むといい。
Yes, but they'll be brought to light in due course. Once we talk with Carla, we must be patient.
はい。今回のことも一歩前進ですもんね。
Right. Having brought this situation to a close is still a step forward. Finally free, Edowell visits Omnia Forest together with the crew.
本当に良かったんですか？4年前の事件の真実をみんなに秘密にしたままで。
Edowell, are you sure you want to keep what happened 4 years ago a secret?
いいんだ、もう。一応ピトゥーカや王様たちは真実を知ってるし。
It's fine. Pituka and the king know the truth now.
どっちみち何をしたところでもうフランは戻ってこない。
And no matter what I do, Fran will never come back.
真実を明かして俺一人が満足するよりももうむやみに国を騒がせたくねえんだ。
Rather than revealing the truth just to satisfy myself, I'd prefer to avoid throwing the country into any more chaos. Edowell gazes at the trees in the forest, a mixture of understanding and resignation in his eyes.
改めて礼を言うよ、菊牛さん。
Once again, thank you, Captain.
みんなで頑張った結果じゃねえか。
It's really thanks to everyone.
いや、俺はアンドラスに乗っ取られてただけだしよ。
Not me. All I did was get taken over by Andras.
実は戦勝の奴隷さんが私たちにこの土地の古い記憶を届けてくれて。
Actually, The celestial earth spirit delivered an old memory about this place to us.
だから私たちはいち早くギャリバンさんの真実を知ることができたんです。
That's how we were able to find out the truth about Galavan early on.
俺、何も指示してないぜ。
Huh? But I didn't tell it to do anything like that.
あなたは天正の奴隷の契約者ですから。
You are the Earth Spirit's pack bearer.
誰にも何も打ち明けずに突っ走る。そんな無鉄砲なあなたを案じて、私たちを頼ったんだと思いますよ。
You're not afraid to rush forward without confiding in anyone. The celestial Earth Spirit must have known that, and was worried about you. And that's why it came to find us.
そっか。ありがとな。
Is that right? Well, thanks. Oh.
さあ、エウレルさん。
It's time, LOL.
ああ、でも、本当にやれんのか？
Right.
この森を元通りにするなんて。
Are we really gonna restore the forest the way it was?
もちろん、天正の精霊の力を使おうとも、今すぐに元通りとはいきません。
It's not going to happen overnight, of course, even with the power of the celestial spirits.
それでも、そのための道しるべを作るのが、天正の精霊の加護を受けた私たちの使命だと思うんです。
Still, I believe it's our duty to guide this process as ones who have received the celestial spirits' blessing.
そういうことなら、ま、やってみるっきゃねえか。
In that case, I guess we can give it a try.
皆さん
Pituka!
すみません、遅くなって。陛下と政策の会議をしていて。
Yeah, you were apologizing the entire time. Sorry I'm late. I was meeting with His Majesty on reforming our kingdom's policies.
それよりも、間に合ってよかったです。
Anyway, glad I made it in time.
これで全員揃いましたね。
That's everyone, isn't it?
だな。エウレル、準備はできてんだろうな。
Yep. You ready for this, Eruel?
ああ。
Yeah.
お前と過ごしたこの森を、俺は必ず元通りにしてみせる。
The forest harbors so many memories of our time together. I'll bring it back for sure.
いつかそれが叶ったら、また俺の頭を、偉い偉いって撫でてくれよな。
Once I've restored Omnia Forest to its original state, will you pat me on the head and tell me I've done a good job?
なあ。
フラン。Petra and Eruel put their hands on the parched ground and pour all of the celestial spirit's power into the forest. The ground begins to rumble, and soon Omnia Forest is overlaid with green sprouts, promising a new season of growth and abundance. What reeks and burns. The end. Oh, that's the perfume bottle that Galavan had. But yeah, that was nice. I'm glad I did this. Oh no, Bonnie. Andras, the evil spirit. The no-do-gooder. But yeah. It was pretty well paced, you know? There wasn't like too much. Like the chapters weren't slow. I was just tired. It was me. I was the problem. I was just tired yesterday. But yeah, this event was really well paced. I liked some of the characters introduced in it. And oh my god. God damn it, Twitch, why are you useless? And yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing them again.
Hold on. I turned off the ads so I won't get interrupted. But yeah, I didn't know. Well, to be fair, it seems like it's new information that Elmod is apparently a fire shaman or whatever. So yeah, hopefully they expand upon that more. Galavan was nice. I like how he goes through a redemption arc and it's not like entirely forced like with frickin' Millie from the Tira event. Who's like, oh, well, you were trying to be nice to me even though you were an absolute creep about it. So I guess I can forgive you. I'm still mad about that. I'm like, no. No. You are not redeeming her. Well, and I do like how they change the music the more you progress through the event. Because now it's all peaceful and stuff. It's all peaceful while we fight the hateful Eruel. We're fighting the hateful Eruel while using the prideful Ewiar. Uh-oh. I didn't know he was gonna do that! Oh! Oh.
お前の武勇見せてもらおう。吹き荒れる炎に焼かれろ。
You do. Oh, he's got defense up now. Okay. He's gonna use that spring attack. Well, not if I bind him first. I need healing. Oh yeah. I could also do that on stream. Use my 10th anniversary pick ticket. I've narrowed it down to 3 choices because I need a healer in all 3 of those elements. Anyways, who's on tonight that we can raid? Oh, okay, we have a raid target. final thought. Dearest. I might have to do a couple sponsored streams. Because, oof, I took a very big hit in terms of finances this month. Let's go, Grenier. Come on, we got this. Yeah. Hey, I wanted to get the chain burst finisher. But yeah. That's another event done and dusted, and unlike the Baro event, I will remember to archive this one because I actually enjoyed it. Gosh. I am so sorry, Baro. You really deserve to be in a better event. I am that event's #1 hater. But yeah, on to this event though. Yeah, I liked it very much. Characterization was pretty good. It didn't feel too padded out. We got a total of like 5 hours. The 2 hours we did last time, and we're at like the 3 hour mark here. 6 hours. That's fine. But yeah. I would very much like to see more of this story and these characters. So yeah, if that ever happens, I'll be looking forward to it. I'm sounding like a broken record. Elmot was pretty cool. Petro was pretty cool too. I like how the wind spirit just shows up, like, whenever he feels like it. Like, oh yeah, I'm here too. But with that, I'm gonna come up with a raid phrase, because our raid target, I want to do something funny. What's the meme? I keep forgetting. Okay. So to our raid target, who is playing Mario Party at... Is that capital? No? Okay, lowercase. What do you mean, no matches? Oh, okay, there's no ad. Yeah, of course, he's not in my chat. There we go.
What the?
Oh, ma, naked lady. Well, that certainly was something that happened. Anyways, what's the raid phrase? Meme template. Yeah, look at the meme template. There we go. It's his, what's it? Birthday and debut anniversary. Oh, wow. So I guess I'm not the only one that also did my debut on my birthday. That's cool. Anyways, yeah. Thank you very much to anyone who hung out, chatted, and even lurked. I sincerely appreciate any and all of y'all's support. Hope y'all had fun. Hope y'all enjoyed.
And... Huh. The schedule for this week, or next week, is patent pending. I'll probably try to dial it down, because I did stream a lot this week. So, yeah. We'll get there when we get there. But till next time, stay cute, stay comfy, but most importantly, stay chaotic. Always strive to be the strongest version of yourself. And I'll see you guys then. Bye, y'all!